All right, you guys have taken rest in the swamp here after a couple of fairly sizable battles against gators, trees, and lizards. During the rest pipe rifles, you noticed that each one of the lizards actually was.
You're getting quiet, Bringer.
During the rest pipe rifle, you noticed that each one of the lizards had red paint daubed across their uh, skin.
Lizard returners.
Yeah,
Um,
is that immediately meaningful to me, or I don't
it's
know?
meaningful in that you recognize it as some kind of way to mark lizards who are pretty close to naked most of the time, but you don't understand it immediately yourself.
Okay,
It's not a thing
but
you've run into in the past, but it's something
I
that
would
stood out directly to you,
yeah.
versus the other people who might be like, red on them, huh, must be blood, or
Is Bob
whatever
Dole a
idiot
former
shit they think.
returner? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
remember? Did they mark lizard people this way? Are you aware of this, Bob Dole?
Not that I
Bob
know
Dole
of.
aware of this?
I would point out that like, hey, these guys they're all on the same team, as if that wasn't obvious, but they want everyone to know it. These markings aren't accidental. Or they have to tell themselves apart from other lizard men they might be fighting, which is also gross, but possible. We get further into the swamp, we'll find out.
Yeah, and you guys have there is a campfire here, and you notice that these lizards have been basically in this encampment for a little while at least. They'd been hunting. There's some evidence of um, a few days worth of meals basically having been prepared there. Um, More dead frogs than the one that Bob Dole produced, uh,
So
and
sorry.
and then another dead gator that's been mostly devoured at this point. But you reckon that they probably have been there for 3 4 days maybe. Um, Igor seems pretty happy with the long rest. He says he doesn't often get a chance to cut up lizards. Um, Most lizards, it seems, don't really like Igors. They find them competition for parts, basically. Igors want to cut them up and keep them, and the lizards are like, why keep it when you can eat it?
Good point.
Um, so Igor is pretty excited to have have some specimens. He's particularly enthralled with the very large lizard. Um,
I point at Igor and say, "Hey, remember how you made that horse stronger by swapping out body parts?" And then I kind of motion to our lizard companion, and then the parts on the ground, and say, "Do you have any ideas?"
Hey, so many.
Nope, all original parts on this one.
I elbow pipe rifle.
I would only I would accept an entire working set of extra arms so I could do more attacks. That's it.
You can be Goro.
Glorified.
Yes, that's it. All other modifications, no thank you.
Lizard Goro. I love it.
Igor makes a note.
Igoro.
Oh, merge with Igor.
Igor.
Yeah. It looked like previously he was just going to take a hand off of the large lizard, but one of the large claws. But he starts measuring out the whole arm following this conversation, and
I just shrugged. I'm like, it's always useful to have spare parts, I guess. Maybe don't get an extra arm, but having a replacement wouldn't be bad with our line of work.
very quickly he's got two arms slung over his shoulders, and he's going back towards his cart boat contraption.
Got a human centipede pipe rifle.
Glojo, as you're still you paid a little bit more attention to the downed tree. I noticed your token is still up next to it.
Yep.
And you suspect that you could as you're looking at the tentacles that had regrown and lashed out and grabbed everybody. In its death, they appear to be they appear to sort of hardened, but are still very very flexible. You suspect that um, with the proper care, someone might be able to fashion a bow out of them.
Oh, all right. I guess I'm gonna take those. Can't wait to get a tree bow. Tentacle bow.
Tim.
Bow.
Oh God.
It's the latest
That's
accessory
what
from Nintendo.
Oh God, help me shoot this arrow.
Did you say hentai bow? Because I'm just picturing the Taibo guy with
tentacles.
Yeah.
It's just like my
I'll leave that
animes.
concept in the dumpster where that belongs.
Yeah. Moving on. So you guys are basically presented with a couple of options here. Igor points out that down the path that to the south, southeast, ahead of you, is basically more lizards. Igor doesn't like lizards. And that he could actually take you north, floating through the swamps on his weird boat horse contraption, and get you out sort of passing along the edge of the mangrove swamps, hopefully bringing you back towards the sea more quickly. Or you could go in through the swamps a bit further. You might run into more lizards. Um, and yeah, but Igor would have to catch up with you later.
I mean, our goal is to get into the swamp to find these motherfuckers, right?
I would sort of need a refresher on that.
What are we doing?
I forget why we came to this swamp. I
mean,
what
are we doing?
We know that lizard men being armed with all the shit we found on the boat was part of the overall nefarious plot tied into the crystals and everything else. But I don't know if we were chasing a specific thing in the swamp or just more information.
I think it's just more information. There's like
we
a
also,
stronghold.
I also
was close.
that, like the returners in general are somewhere in the swamp.
It's the returners. So you guys
yeah.
know that the returners have camps in many locations.
Oh, okay.
And that there are some much larger camps than people realize. You've kind of figured that out, and that was one of the things that you reported to the city council. You also, from Glojo's character joining the party, know that the lizards are starting to appear a little bit more warlike, which is pretty unusual. They've usually gotten along very well with people. They've got just their own sort of alien agenda that doesn't seem to conflict very much with a fairly human-driven one in Saltmarsh. However, recently there's been reports of much better armed lizards that have been very hostile and creating chaos and basically one of the things that you went out to investigate at the logging camp was the potential that the lizards had overrun it.
Gotcha.
And then you guys have also picked up on the boat that Glojo's previous character has stolen from you, were a number of crates of weapons and some lizard emissaries or something like that. I don't know. You guys, there's some lizards on the ship that weren't part of the group.
Okay, so here's what I posit to the group for thoughts. Option one is we go into the swamp, we get attacked by a lot of trees and lizards, and we hope we end up wherever these weapons are coming from or being commanded to. Option two is we get back on the water, and then we end up A, probably closer to the boat, and B, probably closer to the port where all these weapons and probably whoever's receiving these weapons are. I think we should go on the water because we're more likely to get to the source of the problem by finding where that ship is docking, probably.
Do you want to swim?
I vote for water. No, we're riding the cart, the
okay.
modified cart. Yeah, I'm for water.
Water cart.
As much as I think we're going to die on the water, I think the water is probably going to get us to our goals fast.
It'll be fine.
I mean, we could die in the swamp.
I mean, I agree with this. Yeah, but I just being like in a little tiny cube while we get attacked by lizard sharks is probably going to happen.
So. I think it's important to note how far we got into the swamp.
That's a good point. Some resistance.
Well, you got to one battle map. You guys had traveled for quite a while along that trail. Before it basically got to an impassable an area, and then when Igor needed to stop and retrofit his cart, is when you guys got attacked, and then you've moved forward. You saw this encampment, and then the trail continues along past that. Igor's informed you that there's basically a lizard folk village or something, not too much further down the trail, but he doesn't like to go that way, and he's already made his modifications, and he's just kind of about it. You're not sure whether or not these guys that you've attacked were scouts for the village, or if they were outside of the village because they were outcasts, or what. Yeah. All you know is that they were marked somehow.
Okay.
Let's go on the cart.
Yeah, I would concur, and I would kind of explain to people where it's unusual. Like if they didn't get lizard folk stuff, be like, look, we don't make plans really. Like the idea of well-armed lizard man with a good weapon, not a problem. He's probably hunting for himself. He's got his own agenda. A group of people together, a group of lizards together, no big deal. Raiding party, whatever. But an army making war for its own sake, those are being led by somebody else. Lizard folk would not do that. So I think finding the weapons finds the person pulling the string. And it will be a person, I guarantee it. Not a fucking lizard.
Wow. Super racist there.
Damn. The noble savage indeed. All right.
Yeah.
Eat shit. Remember, I got a 10 intelligence and I got kicked out for thinking too much. They're basically like, yeah, you're kind of making trouble with all your opinions.
We're loading up in the death cart into our floating coffin.
So we physically move everyone to the
guys
cart.
are now.
I'm under the cart apparently. Layering. Hooray.
Glojo!
Now moved out onto the water.
Mute your mic, fuck.
And Igor is excited to try this out. I've always wanted to see how far I could make it in a boat.
And we sink and immediately die.
Yeah, I assumed this was more battle tested than a try.
Well, I'm a good swimmer. I'm not worried about myself.
Oh no. Igor's always just wanted to try with the cart and the horses and see.
Yikes.
Igor experiments.
Putting a lot of trust into Igor, which I'm fine with.
We need to communicate the system with Igor a little better, what is proven and not, but that's fine. We're in the cart. Too late to say anything.
Life is an ongoing experiment.
I
doesn't look like Igor really
maybe not to take the Goro arms.
Doesn't look like Igor really differentiates too much between a good idea and something that has actually proven to work.
Gotta experiment.
You never know until you try.
He sees it so clearly in his mind.
You missed 100% of the arms you don't attach never get attached.
Good point.
Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Is there more of this map that we will have to deal with, or are we taking a tribute?
Oh shit! Star wipe.
Piper tells punching his hands immediately.
Now I want to get.
So you guys are traveling through the swamp for
new arms.
Several days, basically. Igor's boat appears to be working pretty well. There was one incident where at the start he just had it far too top heavy, but he rearranged quite a lot of his collection, and while he's doing that, you notice that there's quite a lot of oddities in there. There's he actually unveils a a very very large jar that was part of his part of one of the bulk one of the shelving units in order to move it towards the center to make the overall boat more balanced. And it has a young giant's head fully intact floating inside the jar.
That's perfectly cool and perfectly normal.
It appears to blink very slowly as it moves, but you're not sure whether or not that's just from the fluid in the jar. Doesn't
I
really
tap
matter.
on the jar like an asshole at a fish tank.
Igor cuts at you. He's supposed to be sleeping.
Well, yeah, I'm
I
sure
have
he's got
several
a good day ahead of
questions.
him. Got to get his rest.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're just
You're,
like cruising down like Anaconda, right? Just like a slow boat through the swamp.
slow boat through the
Hope
swamps
Igor
right
does the
now.
John Voight voice.
There's a lot of it's just the Seinfeld driving around in John Boyd's car song from when George buys John Boyd's with an H's car and makes a whole big deal out of it. Anyway, so you guys are traveling through the swamps. There's a lot of Igor seems to be actually quite a masterful boatsman. He's keeping you towards the center of the canal, and um, somehow he seems to always pick the right branch of the river for you guys to continue on. Um, there are several times where there are waterfalls, and um, you guys all have to get out and maneuver through the trees and the vines. You're very close. Igor will just normally just send his cart um, with everything very firmly strapped down and his horses over the waterfalls, and occasionally patch either the horses or the cart up at the bottom. He recommends you take the more scenic route. Um, you eventually get to the point where you've um, apparently there's a number of waterfalls all leading into one area, a large pool. Um,
Oh shit! I think I played this map in Halo.
Bigger.
Oh god, we're huge.
I didn't realize how small these horses actually were until I stood next to them.
These are very small. Oh shit!
they travel better that way.
The tiniest lizard man. Thanks to
So
this you're overlooking this large pool, um, water pouring down into it. There appears to be some stonework going around the pool. That's fairly decayed. This is looking more like a Shadow of the Colossus level to me. A big arena fight. We'll fight some water monster down.
It's gonna be fun.
So who's gonna dive in down the waterfall, fugitive style?
So I see down here path. Is that a path down there, or is that like the end of a ledge down here?
So there is a ledge there, and it looks like there could be some stonework that goes further around this pool. It definitely looks like the pool is not a natural.
It's not a natural formation, which means someone made it.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Gotcha. So it must go somewhere.
And there's a drop down to that, I assume.
Yeah, it's fairly steep down there. You'll have to basically.
Send my eyeball down there.
I mean, you could, yeah.
I mean,
Is there a
I think
place
my
to attach a
eyeball-
rope or something?
Oh yeah, there's lots of trees. You could probably just tie a rope around one of them. Igor says, "I don't like the log stuff with ass."
I mean, you took us here, Igor. What are our options?
You wanted to go this way.
Oh, so we're playing the blame thing. I see.
Look,
We're
if we say let's go
explorers,
this way, and in your head you think, well, that's a dangerous way. That's weird, but oh well. Just say that out loud. That's weird that you wanted to go to the dead end waterfall place. Like, tell us that. We don't know. You're our guy.
Igor is communicationally challenged. I'd like to send my eyeball down to this ledge area just to kind of eyeballs kind of like taking the lap around to see what's going on this ring. Oh yeah.
Easier to see.
Is that the gazer?
Yeah, that's the gazer. Well, that doesn't look safe at all.
Has he been upgraded?
I don't know.
Or just maybe bigger character model?
All right, then my eyeball is gonna come and then check this ledge over here too. The eyeball is basically at this point seeing if it's worth trying to either go around these ledges or go down. All right,
Another waterfall pouring in here.
So it
So many waterfalls.
Like a
definitely
jumping
seems like
puddle.
it's a downward thing. And has the eyeball like spotted any kind of like entrances to caves or anything around here?
It looks like the water drains out. From what you can tell, there's a bit of an eddy in the middle of the pool where the water is draining out of that.
Yikes!
Who wants to dive into the fantasy toilet?
Is this a doorway?
Where?
Pinging to the left of the map.
No, it looks like a sort of a reflective, very small amphitheater
Ah, okay.
with a couple of
So-
tiled titties next to it.
Are they looking out onto the water like people would gather there for some sort of ceremony, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think we should go investigate the whole amphitheater thing then.
Feels like
More cursey bullshit.
How far is the drop?
Be right back.
It's about 20 feet.
Oh, okay. I just jumped down.
tie a
Stomp
rope
on the
around a
ground, make
tree
sure it's not
and
gonna
climb
collapse or
down.
anything. Does the ground seem secure, Birdman?
I don't know. Does the ground seem secure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dill's character's down there as well, and it seems to be holding up his weight.
Smush my
I'd say it's
foot
a
to
little,
the ground.
I'd say it's a little crumbly next to the broken off edges there, but the areas that are intact appear to be well supported. As you're looking around, you're noticing that this area looks to have been more recently built than at first glance. However, it's fallen apart very quickly with the tidal and monsoon seasons that this area gets.
You're getting quiet, Brian.
That is something fucking Discord does. I wasn't trailing off there. All right. So yeah, you guys are able to come down onto this platform here. It looks to be fairly solid. Although I wouldn't, want to build something on top of it.
Built by Minecraft house on, it's fine.
I'm still a very tiny lizard man. I get scaled up and down by Adam. And then gazer down.
You can probably scale yourself
Yeah.
up too, but yeah.
You probably can, yeah.
How so when I click the edit token, I just get the auras and you can give yourself health bars and shit.
Yeah, I don't see how to do
Oh,
that.
actually, yeah, you can't. It's different when you're not DM. I know we already sent the gazer down, but I'm gonna stand like on the edge here and just look down, see if I see anything.
Yeah, you're looking across into the middle of the middle of the pool here, and there's definitely some turbulations happening in the middle now.
Did that kind of,
Far,
did we notice that that just started?
Like when we walked up.
You noticed prior when the gazer was looking around that there was a little bit of a whirlpool.
Okay.
However, the whirlpool is now deepening. Um, and well, that was cool. Sorry, like 4 inches of snow just fell off the power line. Sorry, totally unrelated. The whirlpool is deepening and snow's falling off power lines. No, the whirlpool is deepening and spinning faster. And there's basically a small cloud of fog kind of building on top of it, preventing you from seeing across the pool.
Throw a little pebble into the pool.
Throw the rock that you've been holding this entire campaign.
That rock is not canon.
What about the weird flange that's coming off the back of your character that I just don't understand what it is?
Don't worry about
It's
that.
like it looks like you have a whoopee cushion stuck to your ass.
Damn it.
I don't. Do giants have tails or something? Loincloth.
Does anything
flange.
happen when he throws the rock?
If I had a tail.
It disappears. It doesn't even make a splash. The water's moving too quickly. It just kind of.
I didn't like that rock.
I'm gonna throw the shield that I've been holding this whole time.
Attune this!
The axe
before
became
we-
canon, but
Before I fuck with the whirlpool more, did you say that there was anything like on the wall over here, like inscriptions or any pictograms or anything?
There's some dried blood evident in the cracks around this area, and on the walls, but you're not.
Does my Arcana let me know if it's like a ceremony or anything cool going on, or?
It definitely looks like an area where ceremonies have been conducted in the past. That seems pretty clear to you.
So, would investigation or Arcana let me know more? Is it just like blood on a wall, not much to tell from it?
It's mostly blood on a wall, not much to tell from it from your experience.
Right.
It doesn't appear to be. It appears to be more primitive. From what you are able to tell, that it appears to be a more primitive form of magic than you're used to, as well as blood magic, which you're really only starting to dabble in now.
I mean, but I have a passion for it. But yeah,
It's true. Yeah. But the makeup of this altar, like you're able to discern that it is an altar, but the makeup of the altar and like everything around it is basically more primitive than your sort of prim and proper magical education would allow you to make sense of.
so I'd like to tell Igor to throw me down the lizard arms, and then I'm gonna take the bloody lizard arms and just like kind of like haphazardly throw them at the wall here and just kind of like get blood everywhere.
this is how Doom scientists are. They build a fucking fancy space lab and just throw bloody guts and see what happens.
I don't expect anything to happen, but if it
What's
makes the
exactly
whirlpool
what's going on over here?
makes the whirlpool go crazy, it will be an interesting experiment.
Igor's a little bit disappointed. He goes, but Igor's collection.
We'll get you more lizard arms, buddy. I promise.
He takes a good look at Lexi and goes, "Not that big."
Hey, nobody's eating me, but well, I guess you
I'm
can eat
giving
me.
you a
Don't do anything
favor,
with my body
Lexi.
except eat. My last
Igor's
word.
collection's not for eating.
Yeah, well,
He tosses down the arms,
All right.
and by that I mean he brings them. He kind of he climbs down very quickly. You're not quite sure how he kind of scrambles down while he's holding onto these arms, but he appears next to you, pretty much before you can realize it, holding two enormous lizard arms. Here you go.
Velveteen, sir.
I take the arms, I lay them in the bloody area, and I just like kind of toss them on the ground, and then I just like I take the skull and I beat the arms a little bit just to get the skull and the arms bloody, just to kind of make a mess in the area. Just kind of
You guys have been traveling for too long, and the arms have basically been in Igor's preservatives.
Oh.
That won't get the blood you need, Master. But maybe. And he looks at Lexi again.
Yeah, you want some lizard blood? I'm full of it, but you're gonna have to come and get it.
Thanks, Igor. Go wait for the card, buddy.
No, if you really think, I mean, have we done anything other than random experimentation?
I don't think it's a good idea. We give up your blood, something might start coming for your blood. So maybe that's like.
Look,
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I feel like you're easily letting
No, I'm just looking
at damnation here.
If a wizard told me that what we needed was a little bit of lizard blood to clear the way forward, fine. But to just randomly throw blood at shit,
maybe this is
probably
not
not
the time to damn yourself. Fair enough.
Especially because shit seems to be going on anyway without our input out in the water.
I carelessly Eldritch Blast the arms just as a spite move. Worthless.
Barbecued sacrifice. All right, so I guess I'm keeping an eye on the water.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing the whole time.
I just I look at the gazer and I just like kind of say, all right, you know what to do, buddy. And then the gazer just like kind of sadly shrugs at me. It knows that I'm gonna sacrifice it to the whirlpool. And I fly it into the whirlpool. You know the drill here.
Sometimes stuff is just, whatever it is. Like an amphitheater could have been for people to put on plays.
It's just a whirlpool.
Oh no,
it's immediately struck by lightning.
Oh no.
I kind of laugh. Is it dead?
It's dead.
Suck it.
That was humorous, the way it died.
The way that thing was alive and now it isn't, I guess pretty funny.
It trusted you implicitly.
The shrug it gave me was kind of like it knew I was sending it to its possible death. It was resigned to it.
I'm still not sure how this thing's sentience works, because it is like annihilated and reconfigured all the time. Is it like a Destiny?
So
Guardian?
outside of game, you're supposed to eventually have a bond with your familiar where you care about it and don't throw it into death constantly.
Well,
when your familiar dies, and shit.
You're supposed to be sad. Yeah, like you name it, things like that. Yeah, that's what's supposed to happen.
Is it like how I refuse to name my cat? It's like I refuse to make personal connections.
Anything? Yeah. So you're a sociopath, really, is what it comes down to.
Kind of.
Kinda.
If I do need to act differently towards this familiar, start, but let me know. All right. So it looks like lightning is down there. So I'm gonna presume if we go down there as meat sacks, something similar will happen to us. So we probably shouldn't jump into it.
I wasn't. Was anyone planning to dive into the water?
He was looking for someone to jump into it.
I was thinking about it. I feel like a fun thing to do.
Like clearing the way for something to come out of it.
So. Yeah, I forgot you like swimming. I forgot about
I
that.
Just gave it a little meaty morsel. I thought maybe it would like wake something up.
I'm very happy you did before somebody decided to try it with their own body and get lightning struck. Because apparently the rock doesn't trigger the lightning.
I'm not digging what's happening behind us.
Oh. Word.
Yeah, so some different colored lightning appears to be sparking off behind from the from the dried blood cracks on the walls behind, striking at the lizard arms, which you've kind of carelessly left crossed.
You did it, Mana. You did it.
I kind of like quietly hop excitedly to myself. I noticed.
High five, Mana.
The lightning strikes are definitely there's a couple of sparks, but they don't seem to have the ability to kind of continue on, and they disappear.
Oh.
I don't know about you guys, but this doesn't feel natural to me. I think there might be magic.
So, all right.
Lightning's pretty natural.
I'm going to
to
ask
me.
a question then that you can answer. The river we took is kind of a one-way trip, right? We can't very well go upriver, and the swamp is too dense to return the way we came. Let's say with cart-driven animals.
Oh god.
You don't think we could walk back?
Yeah.
Oh, we can walk back. My point is these horses aren't making it back either way. And it seems like perhaps this thing is hungry.
A bigger sacrifice than some boat horses?
Just saying.
I feel like that's I don't even know. A point we haven't come to yet. We have tried nothing.
Interesting
and we're out of
idea.
options, sacrificing our
I mean, the alternative is to go find a lizard person to try and sacrifice. I mean,
I don't know why anyone assumes that there's a lizard man component just because we're in the swamp. That's all right.
no, I'm thinking just like a physical life to sacrifice, and lizard
Well, yeah,
people
that-
would be the closest.
They are the ones who have been fighting us in the
Like,
swamp. So they
Yeah.
Can I just ask Igor if he has any blood?
probably buckets and stuff.
Oh, Igor has lots of blood.
Jesus
What
Christ.
kind of blood do you need?
Fresh.
Lizard? Fresh?
Oh, lizard blood. Yeah, I am a little bit, but like I said, lizards don't like Igor. He's full of it, though. And he points at the lizard.
Yeah.
We're gonna train Hyper.
I hadn't even thought about being bound to something through like a blood curse, but Adam brought it up.
Now he's brought it up and it's in your mind.
If I was just like, hey, yeah, here, take this old bandage, got lizard blood on it, fine. But now I'm like, maybe not, actually.
Maybe not.
You don't mind?
So I just ask him if he'll toss some down, and then I hand it to Mana, and I just say, there.
I kind of shrug. I'm like, I guess that's.
Yeah, like a little jar the size of like a juice glass or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Lizard blood.
it's not quite a pint of blood, but you know.
Okay.
What are you gonna do with it? It's
So-
now
The
it's,
blood god
Tales
can
from the
have a
Crypt
little
presents
blood.
demon. You
So,
can seal up
I
this.
take the blood and I pour it over the skull first, and then I basically shake the skull at the wall, point the wall, like in a really pagan fucked up practice.
So you're Jackson Pollock painting this wall with
Jackson
with your
Pollock
skull
painting the
blood.
wall With skull blood.
Why don't you just throw the skull in the wall?
I slap Bob Dole with a skull. Not in a way that would hurt him, but that clearly doesn't effect.
As you're
Shove it
splashing
in
the
his
blood
chest.
around the wall,
Oh, you do.
the wall begins sparking almost immediately with that electricity again, and the blood is really only sticking in very in odd places, and it pretty much just runs off like hydrophobic film into a series of letters, basically revealing the previous, or at least revealing some incantation amidst the blood.
I would clearly read this incantation.
You don't know the
Could have
language.
taken a charcoal
Ouch.
rubbing instead of lizard blood. Yeah, whatever.
Does anyone recognize? Do we roll to recognize this language?
Because it's ancient.
Well, I thought. Never mind.
Didn't Meteor have a spell to identify languages?
Really?
I think so, but
It is a spell you could have, I think.
I also speak Abyssal, I will have you know, in case we do meet demons or anything.
Is it written in Goliath?
Are you speaking Vessel? Okay. You recognize it as basically an ancient language. And your mind starts to roll 1d4.
Oh, I'll definitely roll 1d4. That's gonna
Mine starts to roll a d4. Oh, wait.
Before I do that,
I just
can I roll? Can I
don't know
use
if I
my
was rolling.
inspiration point to roll 2?
Sorry, what was that, Adam?
Can I use my inspiration point to roll 2d4s if I'm rolling for specific result?
Not for this one.
Okay.
Roll 1d4.
All right, fair enough. 1 is good, right?
Yeah, it is. Take 1 point of psychic damage.
Was it from trying to read the incantation?
Is there any way I could? Okay. Wow. What an asshole. All right.
The lightning is starting to grow much stronger now.
I continue anointing with the blood in the areas of concentration to make the inscription appear more dramatic and come through better.
Does it seem like a lot of grand? You get anyone else?
I like how the lightning keeps getting bigger.
Man, just like laughing maniacally and waving us. She hit me at the
Things
skull.
are happening. That's a good thing.
Hit me.
I think she struck you as an impulse for suggesting she'd do anything to hurt the skull. Not that it was like a deliberate attack.
Yeah.
She still hit me.
I think you just happened to be holding the skull.
I'm mildly frenzying.
So
Respect.
as this is happening, Adam, you're reading the incantation. It definitely appears to be a summoning spell of some kind. And the lightning bolts are getting larger.
Take a step back.
I mean, don't get blasted.
Which way?
But yeah.
Yeah, we're backing up. We're between.
There's really not a lot of
magic
good
shit's
places to be at this point.
Well, we could stop what you're doing, please. But
I mean,
you know,
I'm
I don't
just
think
saying,
that's
from my
the-
character's perspective, I'm probably not gonna. I'm not saying that you can't stop me, but I'm saying that like you would have to make an act. I want you to like act to stop.
You can
me.
only hope to contain me.
yeah, we're not gonna talk you down from this one.
Yeah, you're not gonna. And I'm not saying that like you do violence against me, but just like do something if you want me to stop, or I'm gonna. It's kind of what I'm saying.
Out of character, I want to see what's happening, but I don't know in character if I just be like,
That's a lot of lightning.
In character, my character does shrug again because of the history of who he has worked for.
Well,
It's just like,
I don't fuck with magic and curses and shit. Has always been my thing. So I'm like,
I still can't believe Em hit me. I'm just focused on that. I'm just shocked.
mediators having a smoke break up by the cart. Not really involved in any of this. Has Glojo, you been watching from like sniper's vantage this whole time?
Yeah.
He's
around
making it up over there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Legolas, be a bit more charitable. But
I crash a empty Black Hawk helicopter into
Oh no!
I drive a Jeep up and just constantly block his line of sight.
Inside baseball.
I'm getting pretty jazzed. I'm like holding the skull in a prominent position.
So it sounds like we have had a conference either just of like traded glances, but we've all decided to be like, I guess he's just
Someone
going to do
is
this.
someone who's
So,
deciding to actively stop.
It's
me.
happening.
yeah, we're all. I still kind of didn't think it would get this far, but fair enough.
As you're doing this, it's Adam, basically as you're reciting this incantation over and over, you start hearing your own voice repeated back to you from the amphitheater itself. The lightning appears to have kind of reached out about as far as it's getting, as far as it's sort of getting. It's getting more and more intense, sort of within this amphitheater, occasionally reaching out about 5 or 10 feet. Um, as I'm as it's sort of doing that, it's getting more and more intense inside the amphitheater, basically building inside like this almost ball of fusion. Um,
Glad we didn't stay.
Most of your attention is drawn towards that.
The ball of fusion.
Is it like a giant Spencer's gift lightning ball, like just shooting out from the center?
Oh wow, that was ominous. A murder of crows. Yes, it absolutely is.
Oh, good.
Is it a Spencer's gift or a Spencer's curse?
Only time will tell.
It's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
I stand forward and I set the skull near the ball of lightning.
Just like see if you can catch a couple of bolts without.
Well, I'm actually setting it on the ground, presuming that the lightning will move into it or something. I guess
yeah.
I'm also at risk of getting struck by the lightning, but
You just kind of bowl it in there and see what.
I would never do that to the skull. I would respectfully
Two fingers in the eye holes.
Man, a slap.
I think the skull's more of a metaphor at this point. Just a
I mean,
focus.
it's possible, but
I don't think the terrible force behind it cares about the individual golden skull. Get another one forged. But hey, what do I know? It's all cursed bullshit.
That's right.
The skull has already been struck by lightning.
That's true.
Lightning powered or something. I don't know.
I would just hate for anything bad to happen to it.
I mean, I would throw myself off the cliff, but yes.
I'm assuming pipe rifle has a little green dot by him because there'll be more lizards, and we need to know which one's pipe rifle.
No,
and
that
which one's the
I added that myself because I was losing my guy in this kind of watercolor map.
Mm.
It's not very visible to me. I can make it a different color.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's
I don't know
fine.
why you guys
that
have hearts either. Is that
thing was there?
link
Oh,
you to the
that's-
familiar?
I've done that because it was hard to find me in the swamp. So,
Yeah. Okay. Same.
Hard to find me.
Could give
yeah, that big
myself
rock gives it away.
ear.
Beautiful
Stink
fake
lines
rock.
instead. A little more apt.
All right. So, is
Yeah, we
anything
just-
else happening?
We're
that
putting
I
our feet up.
at this point?
Kick back. See what happens.
Basically, what's happening right now is the you're starting to hear your own voice building, but you're actually starting to hear almost an opposing voice from the other side of the pit here. The chanting almost sounds discordant against each other. There's a rising chorus on the other side that appears to be sounds very similar to what you're saying, but wrong. The tones are basically just off, and together instead of being a harmony, it's just a very unpleasant sound.
Okay. Do I feel like this is an entity I can use my message cantrip at?
An entity you could use your
Message cantrip at.
you could try, absolutely.
Okay.
So we
I
can't
send,
see the other
I
side.
send the
'cause it's
message.
mist, right? Is that all like from the whirlpool?
What?
Right. There's basically a storm in the middle now with pretty big fog. The whirlpool itself is starting to drain out of the bottom of the or starting to get below where you're able to see. You cannot see the bottom of the whirlpool.
Yeah.
Bad words.
Okay. I send a message that's very generic, and I just say kind of like, "Power, speak to me." Like, whatever you are, speak to me. See if we get a response.
Can you do that? I don't know.
He can do that.
Message.
Yes, I do that with my message.
You hear laughter.
I get excited.
Taking our step back for a minute.
I send it another message that says, "Power, show me the way."
Wish we just had someone to cast fly. Just fly over there and see what's going on.
I hear you say that and I just cry, and since I have no wings anymore.
Oh yeah, when Mediator learns fly, it just takes off in front of you. That's gonna be a real emotion.
Mixia comes back and nowhere.
Do I get any response when I ask it to show me the way?
You do. Basically, bursting out of the whirlpool in the middle is an enormous creature.
Yes, up.
I cheer.
Roll
just because
initiative.
something happened.
What the fuck is that?
That's what Adam was just found a
Sorry,
doorbell and
man,
decided
I
to start
cheated,
hammering on
By
it.
the way,
Not knowing whose house we were at.
Guess what I rolled?
what did you roll,
3.
Bundle?
The magical 0 initiative.
At least Springer is like making it so he doesn't have to skip a turn when he rolls a 0.
I just immediately fall into the whirlpool.
The critical
Rolls initiative
failure
and just
chart
falls
is pretty
down
great.
and has to like dust himself off.
My pants fall down.
Pants
That's
fall down, he falls
My
over.
go-to way to cause a critical failure. You go to do something, but your pants fall down.
Your pants fall down and you trip.
Yeah, you go to draw your sci-fi laser gun, but you pull your belt off accidentally and your pants fall down. You're holding the gun still in its holster with its pants dangling from it.
Wearing heart boxers.
Yes. I know this big frog, I think. Maybe.
You know him? Is it Daryl?
It's
Just everything's
my
named
other-
Daryl.
my other
How
buddy
tragic
Daryl.
would that be?
This is my
Daryl,
barrel
too.
Daryl, my other buddy Daryl.
Is it a big frog? Like, do we recognize what this thing is?
Oh, I just meant out of character.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember there's a combined with Abyssal, there's some multi-planar frog beings, but I can't remember
I
what they're called.
Oh. I have a mechanic question. If we can either, like, I assume by rolling for initiative, like, we have assumed we're in combat and there is no time to
So,
ask whether it is
You
friend or
can
foe.
you can do whatever you would like at this point, but we're gonna go through the initiative
Okay. Gotcha.
for it.
Yeah,
So,
talking
you
is a
have-
free action.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it okay?
Yeah.
you have 6 seconds. So you don't have a long. You can't make
Yeah.
like a big long like
Yeah.
Jeff Winger of Community get up on the table speech, but you can thunder about the power of Thor for 6 seconds.
Oh God.
Anyways, it is Glojo's turn, so he sort of and you guys can spend a couple of minutes here talking about what your group strategy is before we kick off into the actual turn sequence if you want.
All I can do is throw darts.
Does anybody know what the hell this thing is?
I mean, no.
Okay.
It's my new best friend.
I'll describe it a little bit better for you. It basically there's some bone hooks protruding from the back of it, from the back of its hands, and it looks otherwise as you see it, very very large creature.
I say this is what Arcana check is made for.
Yeah.
Planes of existence and the inhabitants of those planes.
Absolutely. So Adam,
Yeah.
as somebody
Nice.
with some experience in that background, and being troll because you have a history with warlocks, the two of you can roll Arcana checks.
I have a
All right.
0 to Arcana though.
I have a 5. Could I? Well, I don't know that I want to. I'm gonna save my inspiration in case we have to like fight this fuck.
I rolled a 13.
Fuck that.
Wow.
Adam rolled a
Amazing.
6.
It's that frog we killed earlier. He's back for vengeance.
No! Michigan
I
J Frog.
also have a passive 13 perception and a 15 investigation and a 10 insight. I don't know if those passive.
So the passive, well, so Beantroll got a 13, which isn't quite high enough to know exactly what this is, but he does recognize it as a somewhat common demon, or an aberration to be more exact, and that it is as the large hook on the hands would indicate, it is sort of a close range beast.
This thing is in the water currently, right?
It's in the water. The water's coming up. It's standing about 10 or 12 feet tall, and the water's coming up to its sort of midsection.
How far is the water from the platform we're on? Are we right on the water's edge?
Yes.
Okay. I think I
Would it need a
misunderstood
turn
that.
or
I thought the water was farther down.
Yeah, I thought we were up higher, but that's fine.
I mean,
You're up
it
like
just-
maybe like 5. You're up about 5 or 6 feet from the water.
Just means I can actually hit it when it gets close to us, so that's fine.
Jump
So
on that thing.
it's up about 6 feet out of the water, like its eye level is, and you guys are about eye level with. You guys are sort of looking just over it.
Like, mechanically, for the people who know D&D party, if we had somehow summoned this and have any form of control over this, we would know this by now, right? Like,
I
We're
feel
not
like that would have to have
thing.
intention, but that's just a guess. I don't know. I don't think you can accidentally summon and be bound
Yes,
to control
you would.
something.
You would have basically some kind of telepathic link to it.
okay.
I mean, you have the ability to be telepathic with most things, but you do notice that the chanting from the far side has stopped, whereas your voice is still echoing through the area behind you, the amphitheater behind you. Your voice is actually still sort of bouncing around. Occasionally, you hear your own, like a couple of syllables of your own spell, and the fusion ball is still growing or still humming back there now. But the whirlpool it seems to have sort of ceased, and the whirlpool is slowing, I should say, as this creature sort of steps out of it.
So there were. I don't know if I would know this, but my assumption is, and maybe I would, there were competing chants going on. Yours was creating this fusion ball behind us. The other one was doing the whirlpool and creating this thing.
Could be.
That's my guess. I don't have
Or
any.
maybe
This
they
is not me
have
being
their
DM knowing things. This is literally me throwing stuff at a wall.
So is the fusion ball still there?
Yes, he said
Yes,
it was
it's
still
actually humming right now.
Okay.
But every now and then you actually hear your own voice out.
I like my own voice.
It's not saying Adam, but you hear your own voice. Comma, Adam.
I mean, I feel like I want this lightning ball, and I'll throw a lightning ball at him, but I don't know mechanically I have a method to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one option. The other option is we shouldn't let him get into that thing, and he's trying to.
Oh, interesting.
Or, yeah, I don't know. Like, if you can command the lightning, if it's a completely different thing that has nothing to do with this blizzard, and that's coming to stop us from whatever is building. There's a lot of different potential options since
Let's
we have
find
no
out.
idea. We just fucking started pushing buttons like we always do.
Let's just wing it.
Hello, Joe. What are you doing? It's your turn.
I guess we're gonna fight this thing, aren't we? Because it's coming right at us, right?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Probably your assumption.
All right. Well, I'm gonna mark it with Hunter's Mark first because it's a big piece of shit. All right, and I'm gonna shoot it twice. 24, 22.
Damn.
Good hit.
Those will both hit.
All right.
This will be a good opener. Everybody likes to get a couple arrows in the face.
5, that, and then I got one more because... Does the Hunter's Mark hit twice or once? I think it only hits... Does it hit once per shot? Never clear on that.
Let's take a quick look.
To the Google.
Yeah, when you hit with a weapon attack. So...
Yeah.
So you are able to do it whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. So
Okay.
so you got
Two more
2d6.
4, 5. That makes it easy. That's 18.
All right.
Good couple of
Hot Breffle. What are you doing?
Did it seem bothered by those arrows? Like, what was the reaction to being struck from the creature?
There's 2 arrows in it. That's about it.
Doesn't seem to have changed its mind about anything. Is it approaching us, or is it just there?
It sort of stepped forward towards you as sort of the whirlpool slowed. It took a couple of steps towards you, and then that's
Okay. Ah, shit. This is what sucks about not having range. I guess I could use my short bow.
Throw a javelin.
Seems like a waste. No, that's damage, I guess. All right, yeah, I'm gonna be like, all right, this isn't how I would normally approach this, but set the axe down for a second and pull out my short bow. Since he's out there, I guess it's arrows. Arrows it is. I will take an attack. Do I still get 2 attacks from being 5th level?
Yeah, it's attacks per action.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I will fire 2 arrows.
All right.
Not bad.
2 hits.
19 to 21. What was short bow is 1d6 plus 2. A 6 and a 7. So another 13. Hey, not bad. Yeah, I'll use this thing more often. Looking down at the short bow incredulously.
2 arrows thunk into it and it roars at you. Mana, your turn.
Okay,
God, I
so
love
I can
arrows.
begin with a bonus action, right? So I can talk to it and say, "Submit my child," and see if it has any response. Does it have any response to this?
As you actually you try to communicate it, but you find almost like a wall where you would normally be able to push your message through, and basically there's a refusal to hear you.
Wow, what a dick!
Oh,
All right, then in that case, the thing to do is to blast it. So we're gonna blast it. And blast it twice. Does that wait? What is? I only pressed one of those. What happened here? Oh. Okay,
Well-
so 14 and an 11.
Whether you're shook by its refusal to listen to you telepathically or from all of the magic sort of flying through the air, I don't know, but you managed to miss with both of your shots, which sort of
Wow.
splashes the water beside of it.
Wow.
oh no.
All right.
It's okay. It happens to lots of warlocks.
Monkey man.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm just chucking 2 darts at him. Because I can't hit him from here. One is definitely not going to hit because that is 12. And then the other is 21.
Roll damage from one of them.
8.
All right.
And then I am actually going to step back. I got movement to wait to spend, so I'm moving over here.
All right, it's turn now. The gash left by your dart appears to have healed up.
Oh, that's not
as
good.
as the creature takes a step as the creature begins taking a step forward. It heaves itself up onto the edge of the platform in front of Bob Dole, and
So,
Oh, good.
type he tries to bite at you, and swipes at you with a claw, and Bob Dole he swipes at you with a claw.
Warding flare, disadvantage on the attack.
That's
These guys.
It's a defensive action. Something gets in front of you, you just send up the fucking flash. Why not?
Right.
Oh,
Type,
no.
I think he bit you.
I really don't like that.
Well, at least it wasn't a 20.
It's not like getting bit by demons.
So take 13 damage from a chomp.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, he's here.
It's fine.
So he healed from the dart, but didn't heal from the arrows?
He healed basically the dart. The dart kind of healed over, but the like one of the arrow wounds is slightly healed.
Okay.
He also, I assume, hits you with his claw pipe rifle. So make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I don't want to do. I mean, I've got a good one of those. He said, jinxing himself.
Throw the lightning at him.
Constitution +6. Okay, 19.
All right, so you're fine.
Well, I mean, I took some damage.
So you also take 13 damage.
Another 13.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's twice in a row, lucky 13.
So the first one is a piercing damage. The second one is slashing damage. But you.
I was not enraged.
As the claw passes through you, you feel your body basically fighting off something. Bob Dole also has disadvantage rolling on you.
Yep.
I remembered what these fucking things are. I don't care for it one bit.
So he'll miss with.
Are we in shit pipe rifle?
Actually, I have no idea about their abilities. I just remembered
I imagine the 10 misses, right, Dole?
Yes.
Okay, so he swings at you and misses as your warning flare pops up and blinds him. Apparently, delaying with flashes also.
Yeah.
I also thought they were like human sized.
Luthor, your turn.
Oh, hey, I get to go. I pull up my pants and back up a little bit. Back towards Amanda, I guess. And I guess I'll just cast a Scorching Ray at it. I don't really know what to do.
Fireball.
Fireball. Pipe sprinkles.
Move in a minute.
I mean, you could just center it away from.
I was kidding. I actually don't know if fireball.
Yeah. Magic monsters versus magic. It's always a shit show.
All right, I'm gonna cast a fireball in the water behind the thing. So just make it quick.
No.
Okay, so it has to make a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yeah, 14.
You're gonna die.
All right, right, so I think that's a miss on its save.
Definitely.
So roll damage.
Takes 31 damage.
And that's fire damage, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. So it takes 15 damage.
Oh god.
What?
I can't just fireball all my problems away. Before I finish my turn, let me see.
Is that fire resistance or magic resistance? I don't know how that works.
I don't know, but would that affect hit? Because one of my Eldritch Blasts was like what was it? It was not a bad roll.
I think,
It was a 14 and it still didn't hit.
now that I think about it, you can't have magic damage resistance because magically you create a fireball, then it's fire. So he might be resistant to fire damage, but you can't resist the fireball because it's magic. It's just fire.
Never mind.
That's
my
resisting
turn.
like charm.
My turn is done. I'm done.
Interesting.
That's what I remember from the player's handbook. Anyway, I could be totally wrong. Because
So magic resistance gives you a bonus
Saving
on
throw,
or an advantage on saving
Yeah.
throws.
and then damage resistance is just half, whatever.
Yeah.
Type.
So he has. So that's why I was asking about fire damage, just because he has a resistance to fire.
So then when he didn't get hit by my Eldritch Blast, I simply either rolled too low or it was something to do with me being summoned. It's nothing else.
You roll too low.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be like if you tried to charm somebody and they had magic resistance, they have advantage on that saving. But you can't
Gotcha.
reduce. It doesn't like make the charm less effective or anything.
Exactly.
There are things that do that too, I think.
So I don't know whether I probably actually should have given him double. No, if it was the magic resistance is against spells and other magical effects. So I'm choosing to interpret that as not being against fireball because that's a dex save.
Yeah.
The fireball ignites, and you basically have to do a dexterous save on that. But he is resistant to fire, so he gets it the other way. All right, we're back around on the turn order here. Leading off with Blowjob.
So good. I'm not shooting it with magic. I'm shooting it with goddamn arrows.
Can Mediator get an action? This seems like bullshit.
Mediator's asleep.
He's just nobody yelled hands off socks.
All right, Mediator does not get loot next time he actually shows up.
I mean, I seem to be the only one who actively refuses to give him money, so.
There should be a spell book that just disappears every time he gets near it.
I'm burning the next spell we find.
I like that the discussion at the top of the turn is not just about strategy or tactics. It's just about denying.
It's strategy and tactics, just not about this particular thing that we are fighting.
No, sorry, I misspoke. You are correct, good sir.
Even though we know that he listens to these.
Fuck you, Mediator.
Hi, Mediator. We're your friend.
Damn it. We needed you. We're gonna die.
We fight for y'all.
We TPK and he's the only one left.
He just adds you to the collection with Igor, and they go off to live happily ever after.
God damn it.
All right, Glitcho. What are you going to do to avoid
let me shoot this
catastrophic failure?
Fine arrows now.
I gotta let the cat out of this office.
26, 20.
Well, those both hit.
Cool.
Plus 8. I guess he does too.
Did 11 damage, did 5 damage.
Your hunters work.
Then I do 7 more damage. So that's 23 damage.
Pipe Rifle, are you back from your cat visit?
No.
Sorry, I had to run to the bathroom. Flojo shoot with arrows do good or bad?
Did good. Did 23
Did good.
damage.
Okay.
Flojo's the hero so far.
I have definitely rage as my bonus action. I don't know if I would be enraged firing those as arrows before, but now that he's hit me, fuck yeah. And then hopefully his hits won't hurt as much next time, and I am going to then start swinging.
Okay.
Can I try to chop one of his arms off on purpose?
No,
No.
it's not how D&D works.
Well, there are house rules people have made.
Just
sure, but, that's how D&D works. Make shit up. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. Shit. It's over.
The physics engine is not robust enough to handle chopping individual limbs off.
I found a thing before that was pretty cool. All right, a 19 and a 14. One of those I hope hits.
The 19 hits. Roll for damage.
Right. Oh. With rage. Shot. Wait, why did it do twice? No, just roll twice on my screen for some reason. 13. Taking 13s and handing them back out. Yeah, I saw a thing that was like, if you call a shot, you get disadvantage, and then depending on how small the area is, you could give it a bonus to AC. So it's like, I want to attack its leg. It's like, all right, disadvantage, and it gets +2 AC. And if it was the head, it would get like +4 and shit like that. Kind of interesting, not necessary.
A lot of number juggling.
Well, because you're trying to do something finicky, and I get it, but more like, this is a big thing. I swing my axe at it, hoping to hit it and do damage, not any particular part. And then, no, shit, I used my... Oh, no, I can move also. I used a bonus, then attack, then move. So I'm also going to back up a little bit.
Okay, so you guys do remember there's an enormous ball of electricity there, right?
Yeah, I'm trying not to back up into that. I'm wondering if I can move like down here.
Yeah, just double checking, making sure that was something you were aware of.
Yeah, I actually fall back down there after I take a swing at it. Yeah. Hopefully a little ways away from both of the currently hostile things. And I am done. Don't have any more healing potions, I don't think.
Oh boy.
Mana.
Okay.
Okay.
Use some of that big magic you made.
I mean, that's not
Sitting there.
going to be the best thing right now, but I appreciate the response. But I have another idea of what to do at the moment here. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to hex this guy, first of all. So that does a couple of things. One, whenever I hit him, it does 1d6 necrotic damage per hit extra. That will come into play in a minute here. It also gives him disadvantage on ability checks for one ability, and I presume strength is probably the most useful one there, so that he does a little less. This guy is primarily strength-based as combatant, right? That's
Yeah, but that
check is different.
The strength check would be like a grapple.
Oh,
might still be good. If you wanted to like take away his ability to make a good dex check and then, shoot a fireball at him, which would be a dex to avoid, shit like that.
Yeah, whatever is the most helpful for this team. So I'm fine with dex. Yeah, we're all a little bit better. Okay, so he's hexed. I'm going to blast. I can move after my turn if I'm not right. Like,
yeah.
Okay. All right. So then I'm going to begin by first Eldritch Blasting him twice. Please stop rolling terribly. Oh my god! All right, one. All right, at least that one hits, right?
Yes, you hit him once.
Okay. All right. So then I'm gonna. This is just for the damage of that hit. Garbage. All right, but he also takes necrotic damage to add on to that. So,
What kind of damage does your bolt do?
let's see, what does it say? This beam. Beam of crackling energy shrieks towards the creature. Doesn't specify beyond beam damage and energy.
It's
So
force
no,
damage. Your blast.
Yeah.
Eldritch blast is force.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't-
1d10 force damage. On a
Oh.
hit, the target takes that.
I don't see that
Okay.
where I'm looking. But
If
okay.
you mouse over that little icon next to your damage bonus die on D&D Beyond, it'll say force or bludgeoning or piercing or whatever. That's your damage type.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I don't see that right off.
So he takes 9 damage from you then?
That seems like bullshit. Okay. So, all right.
Is that what
Wait.
you roll?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, you rolled a 5 and 4.
I mean, it still seems like bullshit.
Well, yeah,
My
it could have
spell
been much.
also has the ability to push
On a
him
good
10 feet away.
Okay.
It doesn't actually list a size limit on that. I kind of wonder one.
Let's figure something out.
You know, the card for Eldritch Blast stops at saying you get 4 beams at 17th level, but I think just keep going, get 1 beam at 6 levels. That's
Wow.
how
It's
you play
just-
the character.
It's just when you hit a creature, there's no limit
Okay.
that I can find. Yeah.
There.
Awesome.
We're not gonna make it past level 5, guys. Yeah. All right. So I push him back 10 feet, which should mean he's fallen back in the water and off the ledge, right?
Yeah, you knock him back into the
Yeah,
water.
suck it, bitch. All right.
I like how we're gradually
Yes,
learning
okay.
the concept of stick and move after 20 battles of getting fertilized.
Yeah. So then I'm going to retreat like a coward into the background.
Way off into the brush. Like,
I mean, I
impassable
guess.
terrain.
I'm not sure where the terrain becomes vertical. and where
Spreads
it's
into too
not.
much of brambles.
You're basically like one square back of you. That's walkway.
Fine. I'm just saying, this guy hits me, I'm going to die in one hit, probably, if it hits like it hit my...
Monkey
Yeah,
man.
don't.
Can I
Don't
hit
do
him from here with my bow staff now that he got pushed away from my range?
His head should still be up, right?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it.
All right.
So you can smack him. He's
Give it
not
a
that
hopping.
far away.
All right. So I'm going to hit him with my quarterstaff. Surprise. That is 19 plus 7.
That's it.
All right, and I also want to stunning strike this, but let me roll for damage first. The fuck is my damage dice? So damage on this first hit is 9, and then I'd like to stunning strike, which means he needs to roll a DC of 14, but I don't remember what it is. Hold on, I always forget this. Where the fuck is stunning strike? It's a con save.
Okay. Yeah, you'll get that.
Was that advantage on con?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to hit him with my quarterstaff again. That's a 17.
That'll hit.
That is a 11 damage, and I'm going to try and stunning strike him again. So another con save.
Oh. Yeah, fails.
All right, so he is stunned. He does not get his next turn.
Ah, fuck that guy.
And then I'll finish it off with one unarmed strike, and that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And I need to roll that, and that is a 9.
Okay,
is that
this
20
thing
damage?
this thing is reeling.
And then I step back here.
And it misses its turn, and it's Luther's turn.
You're welcome, guys.
Good
That
work.
is very
Hey,
nice.
I'm gonna use that spell that Pipe Rifle wanted me to earlier, which means if he starts and ends his get hurt. So now he can't move out of it. So good work.
Wait, which one?
The black hole spell.
Well,
Oh, I
he'll
wasn't
have
asking
his
about
Wait for
turn
your
next
turn.
time.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's fine.
Move up a little bit.
Throw the rock.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame since he has disadvantage on Dex saving throws. It's a 14.
Oh, but he didn't take a ton from fire.
It's radiant
Is
damage.
it's not actual fire? Oh, cool. Sacred.
It's a fancy flame.
So he gets an 11.
That fails.
Okay.
Suck it.
That will be 9 radiant damage.
It sizzles as the beam blasts it. The skin is definitely starting to crack now. Fair.
All right, so it's time to shoot him with an arrow.
I'm just saying Legolas could aim for his brain.
I mean, I could try to aim for his brain, or
I don't
is that
know.
something that we're going to be doing now?
He needs to be
Well, I was saying,
sliding down the
I don't wanna
steps on
deal
a
with-
shield,
I don't want
though.
to deal with called shots with every single turn.
Okay.
He needs to be
Doesn't
sliding down
matter
the
how
stairs.
good of an idea it is. The whole
I could
point
slide
with
down
dice
the
is to
thing on a
argue
shield,
people.
jump on its back, and stab it with a dagger after I shoot it twice.
But it needs to
The
not
only shield
look
you have-
correct from a
The
physics
only shield
standpoint.
you have is the one that attracts every missile that's near you.
Yeah,
so
I was
as
gonna
you
say,
do
my
that, you
character does
slide
not
down
have
the
a
stairs,
shield.
fire your arrow. The arrow turns around and skewers you for your dumb shit idea. Love it.
All right, I'm going to just shoot him normally.
That's probably a better idea.
22, 21.
You have fucking hot dice. I don't think you'd roll below a 10 today. Go ahead and roll damage.
10, 4, and
And I think you still have him with your
Yep.
hunter's mark.
6 turns for that. So 5, 1. That's 20 overall.
All right, this thing is starting to look like a pincushion now. Pipe rifle, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm super pissed now. I don't know why I'm extra pissed. So with well, that's the frenzied rage that I'm in. I can also do a reckless attack, which is I run at him, and I get advantage on my attack, but I get disadvantage afterwards if he makes an attack on.
Oh, cool.
Maybe I don't want to do that if I'm running up to him, meaning I can't run away afterwards.
But isn't he stunned next turn?
Is he still
He already
stunned?
lost a turn.
Oh, he
Yeah.
already lost. Okay, all right, never mind.
But I am going to run forward and make 3 attacks. I don't think they would all have advantage, though. I think just the first one does.
So are you doing
Checking.
your reckless attack then?
I'm double checking what that means. It says giving you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn, which would be all of them. But then attack rolls against you have disadvantage until my next turn, which would be bad if there were a ton of enemies, but whatever. So yes. If you agree with that reading and I get advantage on all 3 of them, then yeah, I'll fucking do that.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'm going to run up. Rah! Then attacks. How does that work? Rage. Just double checking I got all my bonuses sorted. Rage is not. That's right. No bonuses to attack, just to damage. So I'm going to take 3 of these attacks. Shit. I didn't even roll one. It's a natural
Right.
20. That's
So we'll just move on
one.
to your second attack.
Oops, wait, the fucking dice roller. I use the last 10 rolls feature and it moves when you click it. Just the last roll. Okay, so 1 hit. That is the first roll. Yes, this is my second attack. So with advantage, 1 is a 20.
Just roll 2d20 plus 6 and do the math. Like pick the higher or the lower.
I'm clicking it. Doing it myself. But yes, so it's a 26, a 20, and a 24. One of them is a critical hit.
Sure.
All right. So, what does that mean for the first one's damage? Is it double damage when you get a critical?
2 dice, 1 bonus.
All right. That is 16 for the first one. Is that the right bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Plus 3, plus 5. Okay. And then 16, 7, and 15. So that's 38 damage.
And that is enough to bring it down. It
Just-
drops into the water in front of you, which turns to a weird blackish color around it. And it's dead.
Yay.
Ah,
Well, thank
Just-
you.
You hack pretty heavily into the flesh around its head, but it's got such basically has no real neck. You'd actually have to kind of get in there and excavate it to take the head off. But you did a pretty good job of hacking away at and at enough of it that you got into the actual blood vessels behind.
does have like a super heavy plated forehead, kind of just cracked it.
Yeah, it's got
Got
you do manage to make it through it, and it is now sort of floating in the water in front of you.
I'm gonna try and haul it as much onto shore as possible because I know Igor's gonna want some of this.
You barely shift it.
Keep it from floating away. Nah. Maybe chain it to the shore so it doesn't drift to the whirlpool. Or just tell Igor to get down here if he wants any of this shit.
Strap it to the horses and have the horse.
Well, I guess before any of that, what is happening with its depth? Does anything about the surroundings change?
Well, the area in the middle now is pretty much the storm in the area in the middle is over.
But the one behind us still going on?
It's you kind of hear almost the voices of the mana merging into what sounds like a laughter, and the last lightning bolt reaches out and blasts the skull that mana had left near the now basically skeletal lizard arms. They appear to have been consumed by whatever was happening, but the fusion ball seems to have kind of run out of energy. You're maybe not sure whether it's out of energy rather, or if it's satisfied with the death of the creature in front of you. But the lightning basically blinks out, or the fusion ball blinks out suddenly with a single blast of lightning lashing out at the skull, which gleams.
Oh, the skull is leveling up.
Just think, if it got that much energy out of some detached dead lizard arms, what about a live, writhing sacrifice?
Kind of what I was.
Who knows what you could have done?
All right.
I'm not thinking
pipe
that in a
rifle's
good
right
way.
there, guys.
I'm not saying
It
it's
sounded
a good
like he just volunteered.
I mean, it did say the lizard arms were consumed.
Yeah. It's fine.
I mean,
I'm done. I've lived a good life.
We're still gonna give it at the horses, but hey. I approach the skull to pick it up.
Can we see across this thing now? How far?
Adam, as you pick it up, it almost the last inch before you touch it feels like it closed from the skull side, and the skull kind of leapt towards your hand very from a fairly close distance.
Shit, I have a boomerang skull now.
Or like your hand is a very powerful skull magnet.
Skull it. I nestle the skull back in the pet it lightly. It is back home.
Not worrying at all.
So Pipe Rival's question, did the clearing of the storm help us anything else around us?
I still say we need to harvest that for Igor parts.
Rope it up and then have him haul it.
Yeah, you are able to see further across the way now. And they look pissed.
Yeah,
I was wondering if this was
Oh, they're
wonder if
all
this
in
could
the
have been-
blast range.
Go Eagles!
I wonder if we could have ping-ponged this thing back to him with the right incantation. And like, no, you take the D.
Hey, ranged people.
What?
What is the etiquette of me just like engaging combat?
Like any other like a WoW thing, it's like, God damn it, you aggroed those fuckers when we weren't ready. Like it could be like that if you wanted to.
Is that something I could do, DM?
So basically, we're sort of in pause right now. So I'll ask you to hold on that. But
Okay.
yes, as you guys are kind of looking across the way, you see this group rearrange them. So they've been kind of watching the combat play out, and they are pissed. As they realize that the creature is dead and the lightning behind you is over, and you appear to be somewhat distracted. When they realize that you've seen them, the front row dive into the waters.
I like it. I go.
So pretty much the lizards all jump into the water and sink beneath the surface. The two aberrations that you have seen before are looking at you. We're going to all roll new initiative.
Hooray!
All right. So
God damn it, Doll! You're gonna get 0 again just
Let's
because
see
you
if
said
I
that.
can do a little better.
Okay.
So we're rolling initiative again?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I technically did better.
Boom. Yay! Way better.
That's 5 better.
5 better. Let's kill these Murloc ass motherfuckers. Yes.
So hide. Pretty good, Murloc.
So mechanically, Bringer, if they dived underwater, they haven't moved yet. They've just dived underwater, right?
You don't know that. But we are starting fairly quickly from that point. So they can't be like right on top of you type of thing.
Okay.
Can I take one level of Warlock? So I also have Eldritch Blast, the best ranged weapon in the game. my wounds over here on this shoreline.
Don't forget
Don't
about
you have
your
like
leather
as a warrior? Don't you have like ways to get back the hit points? You just got damaged or something.
Do you not have any health potions?
I thought you have like natural ways of doing that without health potions.
I can, once a short rest, I can do a bite that lets me get some hit points by chewing on somebody.
Yeah, you're a lizard. That's right.
Those are only temporary.
Feast on the abyssal corpse. That will go well.
The eating of the corpses is not actually like a mechanical thing. It's just a lizard folk quirk almost that they don't want to waste meat.
Did not take the cannibal perk.
Oh, yeah, and that manifests as like an attack action where you can do hungry jaws, chomp somebody as a bite attack and get a couple. They lose hit points, you gain hit.
Hungry hippos.
I also have a what? I guess I have a healing potion. Thank. I take it out. How many did I have? I do have one potion of healing. That give you 2d4 plus 2. Oh no, I have 2 of them. That's a maximum of 10 hit points.
Spare nothing.
I'm at half. I'd rather save the breath. Death's door, I guess.
That makes
Joel, could you
no
do
sense.
the healing? Is there laying on hands?
I have cure wounds.
I don't want to waste spell slot. All right.
I don't want to waste.
I'm wasting all of it. It's my Final Fantasy sickness as well. I don't want to waste quote unquote all my inventory.
You'll end up
Hey,
after the last fight with 10 mega elixirs. Yeah. Is it my turn?
I'm
It's
doing
your turn.
All right. So I'm going to begin my turn with casting my Hunger of Hadar spell, which has a 20-foot radius, and I'm going to center it so that the back edge of the radius catches those assholes, and then the front edge would capture anyone that's swimming or in this area. That spell is a 20-foot sphere of blackness and bitter cold, centered on a point and lasting for the duration. It's well within range. Cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises that can be heard 30 feet away. No light, magical or otherwise, can illuminate the area, and creatures within the area are blinded. Creates a warp in the fabric of space, and the area is difficult terrain. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold, and any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 2d6 acid. So hopefully we'll catch as many of these assholes as possible and make their trip over here unpleasant and painful. And then
imagine
with that,
how disorienting that would be to be swimming through the Hunger of Hadar.
So where
being
is it?
grasped by tentacles.
Making sure I understand.
What
So,
pipe?
like,
What for?
Where are you casting it?
So that the back edge of the 20-foot radius hits these guys. So right here, which means anyone starting their turn in this area should get fucked up, and have to do the one to exit their turn. And then after I cast that, I'm going to back up to get away from the edge from when the assholes pop up. All right, that is my turn. So I don't do any damage now. It's start or end their turn. I would just say that when the big asshole died, I had him hexed, and I should be able to move my hex onto someone else. But in the meantime, I picked up the skulls, so I guess I did not see these guys in time to move my hex to them.
There was an end of combat there,
Okay,
so,
then fine.
so you
All right,
didn't
hex
move
is
your
gone.
hex, and pipe rifle has a level of exhaustion.
All right,
Oh, right.
hex is gone then. All right, I'm good. My turn is over now.
So let's just draw where that Hunger of Hadar went.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That's I'll do it. That to that. So one beyond him. Polygon.
If you hold down Alt, you get the
Shape. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh shit! No, stop. So that should be. Actually, a square too small. Good enough.
Cool. So there's a So I think that means that nobody can shoot at the guys that are in your sphere.
That would technically be correct because they would be inky black.
There's no light that could pass through, so you just can't see.
They could. I mean, they could blindly shoot.
The worst advantage.
Fine.
Roll 10 and take the lowest number.
So
I
stand behind.
I shoot this square.
Bandage wounds or something. All right. Good idea.
All those non-range notes have to wait any.
I mean, can't you ready an action or something?
Well, yeah, but
I'm just saying, so you can do something.
bows. I got bows and arrows. Angel's got a big stick. I'm gonna do with that. Oh, is it my turn? Shit.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess, yeah, I am going to ready an action. I will sort of take up a defensive stance and wait. See what happens.
You have to be very specific about, if you're readying an action, you have to say specifically what you're going to do and specifically what triggers it.
Like,
okay, how about this? I'm going to move within a few feet of the edge, and I'm going to wait, and if anything pops up within range or tries to climb up a place that I can move to, I will take a swing.
Whack-a-mole that
Sure.
shit.
As you're moving to kind of guard the edge there, you hear from within the terrible slurping, whispering sphere of darkness, some cries of pain as you take your position on the edge of the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Beantroll.
I'm just going to stay where I am, but I'm going to ready an action for... Well, actually, I should probably move away from this giant corpse, because they're probably not going to pop up underneath the giant corpse. Huh?
They could.
Wearing around like a giant head.
It's the ultimate cover.
Anyway, I'm going to move here, and if something pops up within my melee range, so within 5 feet, so here or here, then I'm going to whack them in the head with my bow staff.
So do we know what these two dudes on the other shore are?
Yes, you fought them before. They are aberrations, but you can't see them.
Oh, I can't see them.
You saw them at the the but you can't see them now.
Okay.
Because
they
of,
were part of that
Adam's
camp.
thing.
They were in that camp.
Ah, okay. There's like nothing that I can see currently.
Right.
Can Glojo also like ready in action to like shoot someone coming out of an area?
Yeah, if he defines what he wants to do, he can kind of just semi-cock his bow and
cushion.
I'm gonna cock my fists like Henry Cahill. Get ready to
Yeah,
his
let's
arms
just
all ready to go.
take a defensive stance and ready a shot.
You have to shoot. Do you have an area you're
like? Okay, I can like define an area.
Yeah, just sort of where are you watching for somebody to pop out? Because it's basically a reaction shot. So like you're not going to have a whole wide field of vision, and then like,
you're looking down the scope.
But yeah, you're hard scoping.
Okay.
Like Overwatch from XCOM. But doesn't your bow have just bananas range anyway?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why you got the 6X on.
So the shoreline as opposed to, like the intervening water, I guess would be the two options.
Yeah, so basically the shoreline and the water there.
All right.
I would have if I don't know if I was the only one who heard the screams from the eldritch spear when I got close, but I probably would have said like, hey, it sounds like you got some.
Yeah.
So we know they were there and are presumably on the way, unless they decide to turn around and swim back, which would be
It'd be
hilarious.
hilarious if like we take no action because they all got stuck in.
Well, yeah, that's why I was thinking. Like, if you're underwater and that thing happens, you're like, oh shit, what did I swim into? Let me swim back. Oh no, shit, we're just everywhere now because they cast it behind him. Spooky tentacle.
These Nothics. They're gonna get fucked up by Hunger of the Dark. They shriek as they are grabbed by tentacles and kind of stagger out of the blackness.
So they get damage for starting in there, and they take damage if they fail a Dex 30.
Yeah, so they're not ending their turn in the circle, so they just take the starting damage. But they were able to escape.
Okay. Gotcha.
So they're moving. Well, that guy moves up that way, and this guy.
I was just checking to see if Blojo could hit him from up there, and like, yeah, not even.
Jumps down into the water.
And I can hit him from 180 feet.
Yeah, this guy's only 100.
Do I need to roll damage on them, or are you already doing?
I did it.
Okay.
You heard some shrieks.
Yeah, fuck them.
But they don't have mouths.
Yeah, would the other abyssal things be like?
Or I guess
cool.
they do it. They do have
no
mouths. They
mouth,
just
yet
can't
I
talk.
Scream.
It's just like a window back to their
Those guys
homeland.
can talk.
They're like, hey, what's up? Is that Doug?
Nothics
Hey,
communicate
speaking of the abyssal mode.
telepathically.
They also speak Undercommon.
Oh shit! All right, my bad.
They don't look like they have mouths, to be fair.
Those are just zoomed out. They do in the picture.
As you zoom in on them, pipe, they actually have mouths on them.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I looked up the thing.
Dol's turn.
Picture from the book.
Okay.
One second.
Oh, sorry.
A couple of dead people are dying.
Seems a lot like the Doom, the imps who throw fireballs, only they have one.
When you said imps throwing fireballs, my brain just played the sound effect of the fireball.
All right.
That's how it worked.
My turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Okay. Back up a bit, and I will cast Bless on my three best friends, Adam, Pipe Rifle, and Beach Troll.
What does Bless do?
It lets you add 1d4 to any attack roll or saving throw.
Wow.
Nice.
Bintroll's already your best friend. He's only been with you guys for like half the time Pipe has.
I kind of still don't understand that he's not the same person as the Bard.
So he's the same thing with Glojo.
Looks completely different. I'm everyone's best friend because I take shit out of combat constantly.
Play some music, Birdman.
It's a completely, it's a very deep cut, but the SNL weekend update after Norm left and it was Colin Quinn, and then he was the Harry Carey impression was there and he kept calling him Norm. Hey Norm, you look different. Just love that fucking bit. I don't know why.
I mimic a bard that I heard years ago perfectly singing a song to Dole.
You're not helping the confusion of this.
Yes, it's the song guy.
Totally different voice, but yeah.
I wondered why you guys called him a bird the whole time. Now I get it.
Wait, is it back to
I
my
don't know
turn?
why he's Harry Carey.
Other things.
I'm just dealing with some of the guys that are getting fucked up by the hunger of the
Yeah,
guard.
suck
You're
it.
hearing some real shrieks from inside the blackness.
I mean, good.
Oh god, that guy got fucked up. Holy shit. I'm just gonna share with everybody because this is fucking funny. Out of a maximum possible 24 that this guy could have taken, he took 23.
Don't.
He got super fucked. He didn't get out of the circle, so I think he might die on the next turn. Oh god, and then I rolled 12 again for the next guy.
That was OP.
Corpses bubble up.
Jesus Christ, you just wrecked so many with that. Because that guy could get us.
I really like the
Dynamic
concept that there's all these melee characters just hanging out at the edge here, and nothing happens. We're just like,
a bunch of lizard bodies blob up next
Yeah.
to them. Blah, 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 blah.
It's like a cartoon fight where a bunch of like dust is flying. You just see limbs.
yeah. By the time it gets here, yeah, everything's just gone.
We're sitting here dangling our toes in the water. Somebody's got a fishing pole. Lazy Sunday afternoon. Waiting for the monster. I mean, I could dive in.
It is
and have
Adam's turn.
thrilling aquatic lizard versus underwater combat.
Adam casts the same thing again, just slightly closer.
I'm gonna move right over here, which gives me
Buffet.
line of sight to this asshole. Out of an Eldritch Blast. So that's 26. Roll 1. Oh shit! I didn't mean to roll 2 of those.
No, that's good. It just makes it faster.
Okay.
So
it's a
one is a 13,
nine-
one is a 15.
One is a 19.
Or rather, one's a 19, one's a 15.
Right.
Both of those hit. So roll double damage. Just way faster to do it that way.
That's fine. All right, then yeah, we'll just roll this way as well. 12 and 10. So
Nice.
22 damage on that dude.
Let's see.
Also, not because I have to, but I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to blast him back 20 just for dramatic sake. Even he's dead.
All right.
Well, if you blast him, that puts him more in Glojo's line of sight. If you blast him like out back that way, away from the
I can only blast him straight back.
Oh, I guess no, it's still good.
That's good.
You knock him straight
Clay
back.
pigeon.
He is, he gets rocked by that.
Shit, that would be great if you could give him you shoot him with Eldritch Blast and they pop 10 feet straight in the air instead.
There's another version of this that I could take that I could do the same thing but pull, so I could push and pull people. But I did not take that one.
Did you take the one that lets you add your charisma modifier to do more damage?
I did take that one, yes.
Yeah. I feel like that is the right choice.
Yeah.
I
I
also
got
love
rid of the ridiculous range on it, so I'm still base range. I got rid of the one that we got rid of because we never.
Glojo, roll for your reaction attack.
Is that just a regular shot or?
Yeah, it's just your regular shot, but you only get one.
Okay. 23.
That'll hit him. Roll damage.
Roll
You think
that beautiful
you get to add your
thing.
charisma modifier to Eldritch Blast because you're so personable and charming that the Eldritch God you sold your soul to is like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give you a little stronger. I'm gonna give you a heavy pour on this Eldritch Blast because you're my pal. Because why else would you add charisma to it? I don't know.
It's a good hit, but I only did 4 damage.
Yeah, so peg this guy as he pops up out of the water. You notice that he appears to be somewhat hurt already, not significantly, but there's some tentacly, cold burn marks here.
It's got hentai marks.
he takes a swing at the monk.
If you rolled, I can't see it.
No, I was just
Oh, okay.
trying just pull out this guy's actual. So he tries to club at you, and he tries to bite.
Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
Bite comes in. Oh,
I'm gonna go with that hits.
that'll hit.
Does
It's
Bless help him in
especially
any way?
savage bite off and tears a little chunk out of you for 7 damage. Tastes like chicken.
Gets mostly feathers.
And then the club comes in.
That's a miss.
And that'll be a miss.
Pretty hard to follow up a bite with a club. Reset your position a little bit.
I just squawk. You just hear a "Caw!" It's like as he rips out shit.
Guy pops out of the water.
I should get an opportunity on him, or not an opportunity, but my reaction.
Your reaction attack, because you were.
Yeah.
Would you still have that primed if you took a hit?
I don't actually know. I believe so.
You know what, let's just roll a 1d6, 1 to 3 no, 4 to 6 yes.
Okay.
The old D&D coin flip.
You said 1 to 3 yes or 1 to 3 no?
1 to 3 no, 4 to 6 yes.
All right, that was a no.
Okay. So he pops up in front of you. Actually, you know what? Let's let you do it, but at a disadvantage because you were still primed to attack, but you may not be as effective because of getting hit. So roll at a disadvantage. Is that better?
That works. Whatever.
Work for you?
And we can look it up later. It doesn't matter.
Let's go with disadvantage attack because you were primed for it, but.
All right, my disadvantage is an 18.
Damn it, you cut out there. Sorry, what?
Oh, my disadvantage was an 18.
All right, so Mike Tyson says everybody has a plan until they're punched in the face, but apparently you got bitten somewhere and still had your plan. So go ahead and roll your damage on this guy.
Now, Dole, is that blessed to the damage roll or to the attack roll?
The attack roll.
Okay, that's what I thought. That is a 11. Sorry, my brain is fucking not working today with math.
All right, give him a good old whack. It's a solid whack. And he roars and summons a giant constrictor snake.
God damn it. It is Anaconda.
God damn.
Where's Ice Cube? Question I ask myself every.
Second of all, fine. Yeah. Oh. He summons a giant snake.
Sick.
Oh,
Actually, a huge snake. And
He's trying to give me a
I don't know
kiss.
whether that, we'll say that uses his initiative, and it comes around when it's his turn again. Let's get a turn. summoned, and that lets us move on to this next guy who springs out of the water.
Yeah, there were a lot of these fuckers.
And rushes Bumble.
Fuck you, Warding Flare.
He hits you with a Morning Star and a spiked shield attack. So he has disadvantage, you say?
Yeah.
All right. Morning Star comes in with a 12.
Misses.
And then he attacks again with spiked shield. Which is again is a 13.
Misses.
All right, so he pops out of the water and tries to pull off some shit, and you flash up, bang him again because you're the norm of the group. Pipe rifle, your turn. After it says horrible words.
Who's in chopping range?
Good to the chopper.
Giant snake.
A little small.
Oh yeah, if I turn around, it seems like there's a giant snake right behind me. I'm gonna start chopping that. I'm going to go into a rage. Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't want to suffer a second level of exhaustion if we might have a third fight coming. So I think I'm just going to chop the snake regular-like. And that allow me to use Bless? Is that on the attack roll?
Yeah, add a D4 on the attack roll.
Okay.
Oh yeah, since Bless is a concentration, do I have to make a check if I get attacked, or is it just if I take damage?
If you get hit.
Okay. Well, I got a 21 and a 17 even before rolling Bless. Do I need to roll those for hitting the snake?
No, so you hit the snake twice.
Hooray.
You did it.
Then I'm gonna do damage. That is 14 and a 6. 20 axe damage.
Let me ask you something.
Whack! You give the snake a good old shot. All right, it's the bird monkey man.
Take that.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the
No.
caster directly in front of me first with my quarterstaff.
All right.
That's a fucking awful roll. What is my bless?
1d4.
That ain't gonna do anything. So that misses, I assume. That's a 10.
That misses.
Okay, I'm going to attack again with my quarterstaff at him. That, however, is a 23.
That hits.
Okay. And then for damage, that is 12.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fuck this guy up, and I'm going to flurry of blows and punch him twice in the face.
All right.
All right, that is Jesus Christ. That's a 9 and a 22.
Well, you hit on the 22. Surprise.
And that is 10 damage.
Holy shit, you rolled hell of damage, and that is actually enough to kill this guy. Caster pops up, and you just he manages to get up the one spell, summon a giant snake, and then you beat the shit out of him. He drops.
Does the snake still exist after he dies?
The snake's
That was my question.
If not, I'll
Just
go
can't.
real silly wasted turn.
Fartimir.
So the snake is still alive, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the snake's gonna die. I'm gonna shoot the snake twice.
Okay.
$25, $27.
Fuck. You have such hot dice today, dude. Damn. All right, roll roll damage twice.
6, 9, 15.
Nice.
God damn it.
Should get a
God damn
bonus. Should get an inspiration point for rolling 6 now.
The Nothic that you blasted back scrambles up the ledge to this waterfall, and you can't see what the other one does.
He's a real shit.
This guy in front of Bob Dole tries to hit him.
I use my last warning flare.
Ah! Bundle, have you taken
All right.
damage yet?
No.
So Morning Star. Oops, I should roll that. So one of those is a miss, for sure.
Yeah.
And then the other attack is 15.
It matches my AC.
That hits then. So he pokes at you with his spiky shield and does 7 damage.
Ow. Now do I have to make a check to maintain my thing?
Yes.
Okay, what's that? Just
Constitution save, I think.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15.
That you continue to channel.
Hooray!
So the guy pops up out of the water here and takes 2 swings at Detroit.
I thought it was me, but that's not me. Thank God.
Seeing double
And
here.
neither of them are going to hit because I don't think your AC is 12.
It is not. I definitely monk dodge.
Luther, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my channel divinity spell, Radiance of the Dawn. Every hostile creature within 30 feet of me must make a Constitution saving throw of 14.
All right, I'm just going to roll for all 4 of them left to right. They all have less con. So that works out. So the snake saves. It's a saving throw of 14.
Yes.
All right, so snake saves, the guy in front of you saves, and then the 2 guys assaulting the bird fail. What do they take?
Each of them, everyone that failed takes 19 radiant damage, and anyone who succeeded takes half damage.
So then they take 9 damage.
Yeah.
If they pass.
Yeah, if they succeeded.
Okay. One of that guy is still barely alive. 2 guys right next to Bean Troll appear to be very hurt. They both failed their save, so they took the full blast of this detonation. The 2 creatures near you are hurt, but not nearly as badly.
So happy I got to use my D10s.
Dar again here.
See a lot of dice being rolled. I don't know what's happening, but it's probably great for everybody.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fantastic. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, huh?
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Hunter's Mark.
God damn it, Vibe.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I saw a thread that was all
Hey.
coming up with ideas for bands when your PCs ask which band is playing at the tavern, and it was just nothing but puns, Cone of Coldplay, shit like that. Just amazing.
A lizard corpse bombs up and out of the hunger of Hadara.
Spooky.
Gross.
Adam, your turn.
All right. So that fucking snake still looks pretty healthy, right?
Looks somewhat healthy, yeah.
All right. Well, then in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna divide my my shot. I'm gonna move back here so I get a better line of sight on these guys. I'm gonna blast the snake with one, and I'm gonna blast this dude with the other one, with an Eldritch Blast. That's
Okay.
that. That's that. And then I'm still blessed, so technically, I roll that. So that's for the snake.
The fuck
That's
did the
cool.
10s come from?
Because I have a 6, and then I'm still blessed, so I get.
It's a D4.
It's a
not
D4, not plus 4.
Oh, okay. All right. Then, I'll just roll it again, I guess.
So 7 plus 6 is 13. Right? And that was at the snake?
Yeah.
So you hit the snake. So you just do the math. So 8 plus 6 is 14. And that was at the other guy. And if you want to hit the other guy, you need to roll your 1d4 to use your blessed on that.
All right.
So you do hit the snake with the first blast.
Hashtag blessed. +1.
You still miss.
Oh. It's funny that bless doesn't work on Adam. It's appropriate. It's appropriate. It's appropriate.
At the snake. God damn it! So 4 on the snake, but out of spite, I'm gonna blow him back 10. So 10 feet that way.
I was gonna smooch him.
Fuck you, snake. All right, that's my turn.
This thing is going to attack Angel twice. That'll be a 15 and a 16.
Nope.
What's your AC?
17.
Nice.
No
That guy's
armor.
dead.
Unarmored monk stuff.
This guy's going to attack Goliath with 2 attacks.
Oh no, I'm out of flashbang.
It's okay. He rolled like shit too, so you got a 7 and a
Yeah.
9.
He's still rubbing his eyes.
Pipe rifle, your turn.
Oh, really? I thought there were like 3
Wait,
guys.
is it Pipe or is it the other dude who looks exactly like Pipe?
It's
Okay.
Pipe's
Okay.
turn. The other guy's
Actually
turn
means-
is lower in the list.
Is that snake running away?
No, he got knocked
I
back.
got blasted.
Oh, that's right. God damn it. Scooch up.
Also can't run.
You say, "God damn it, man!" as you run up.
Like,
I
I
always
axe
hit
hits the
him.
ground as it gets blown out from under it. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna run up and just keep chopping the snake. Or is anybody in immediate danger?
And then
I got it. You're fine.
Everybody's
We're fine.
seems to be okay. I'll finish that snake. All right. Ka-cha. Ooh. 22 and a 13.
Both of those hit because it's a big fucking snake.
Oh, nice.
Not that hard to hit.
It doesn't have armor on it. It's not super dexterous. It's big.
Oh, I must have clicked that thing that says compounded Shadowrun style. I don't know why there's these exclamation points in my dice rolls. I guess that's what that means. Whatever. Roll
You
20.
hit the thing.
Yeah,
I'll roll your damage.
I do that. I also rolled the wrong fucking bonuses. Whatever. Should have been a +5, but that's okay. I got a 13 and a 10. 23 damage. Just chopping the fuck out of this snake. I'm sorry, my reptile
You
brother.
chop right through the thing.
Yeah.
And sever this thing from its other part of the thing.
Yeah,
It's
I want to call my shot. I want to chop it right in the neck. You tell me where the neck starts.
you've successfully decapitated it for some measure of neck and head.
Sure.
I mean, they have a defined spine. We know where a neck starts on a snake.
If were its arms and
in the heat of
legs,
the moment,
it's not
from the
okay.
outside, I might not be able to. All right.
All right, my turn.
Time to chop.
All right, first hit on this dude with the bow staff as usual. So that is a 18 plus 7. So I'm assuming that hits.
Yep.
All right, and the other roll. Hold on, I'll just tell you when I get there. Okay, so that just does 5 damage.
That pipe rifle looking motherfucker.
Yeah, is he still up?
5 damage.
Yep.
Is enough to topple him actually.
All right. My second quarter staff, because I already rolled, it failed. It was going to be towards this guy, but I'm going to unarmed strike him for my bonus, and that also fails because I'm apparently just wait, no, that one might actually hit. I'm going to use my bless. So I rolled a 4 plus 7, so it's 11 plus 4, so 15.
That just misses. He catches it on his shield.
All right, so that guy's still up, and that's all I got.
Bartimir.
All right. So who is still alive? The snake.
No, the snake's dead.
There is a
Snake's dead, that's what I
Nothic
thought.
over here on the rocks. There's a Nothic way over on the right on the rocks.
Too close now.
And there's one guy in front of Dole and one guy in front of Bean.
Bringer, is that abomination on the other side still good?
Pardon me?
Wait, the northern
That guy that's
Gothic.
being pinged. Can we see him?
Yes, he's clambering up and out, but he's sort of he can only go so far.
Yeah, there's that guy. There's the guy in front of Dole, and the guy diagonally from me, still up. That we know
So I
of.
think that they got the dudes that they're going to beat the hell out of and chop to death up. I'm going to shoot the asshole that's across the way. Twice. So first is an 11 and a 27.
27 hits.
Oh, you finally missed one.
I did. It was really far. 8 damage.
That is enough to kill that guy because he took so much damage from the fucking Hunger of Hadar.
Nice.
Fuck that guy.
He got really screwed up by that.
Owned.
And he tumbles into the waterfall and then
Yeah. Cool death.
splashes down into the pool.
A big persistent AoE spell really does change combat a little bit.
You know, we could throw all these summoning circles. Yeah.
Dear.
Saying, but it's a lot of biomass. We drag the big fucking corpse up here too.
Igor needs it for stuff.
The other Nothic is wading through the water here. Doesn't appear to be nearly as hurt. locks eyes with Adam, standing far back there. Adam,
Yeah.
you need to do a charisma or deception check if you have proficiency in deception.
Yeah, I do actually. And deception's actually higher than my. Okay.
You gonna have proficiency in that?
Yep.
But why? Whatever you are.
Damn it.
Warlock, cleric. Thing.
All right. You feel the Nothics one single eyeball staring deeply into you.
Rude.
It blasts through your defenses. Maybe you're distracted by your pretty skull or something. But it pierces your mind and it learns a fact, a secret
All right.
about you. It basically is probing your mind whenever you're distracted by the skull and it's probing all of the thoughts around that and kind of you feel it almost sort of like almost like gluttony around those thoughts as it kind of gobbles them up, and then the perception that it's invaded your mind fades.
Charles, get out of my mind!
Damn it.
This guy tries to hit Bob Dole again twice.
I'm behind, don't we can't hit.
Can't we just get along?
So he gets a 13.
Misses.
13 a hit, 13
Nope.
misses, and then the 22 hits.
Definitely.
He bashes at you with his shield again, which appears to be his better weapon than anything else. And you take 6 damage.
I'm gonna use my stone skin reaction to reduce all of that damage because I rolled an 11.
Well, you take no damage from his pointy little shield then.
I'm out of tricks.
And this guy tries 2 swings at Quill.
Wait, that guy's dead.
No, there's one guy alive down here.
Yeah, that's the blue one's alive. The
Oops, you're right.
green
Sorry,
one's dead.
you're right. That guy should have been. No, you're right. Well, he fucked up anyways.
Brains.
Luther, your turn.
Oh, God.
He fucked up from the dead from beyond the grave. But, being dead did not help him in this attack.
Oh no.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna sacred flame this guy that took a swing at me.
That's all it knows.
That'd be a 14 dex saving throw. Yeah, eat it.
All right. What's that?
Uh, 15 damage.
Holy shit. All right. He is. He takes a lot from that and is barely alive.
Stop trying to hit me.
This guy pops up on the corpse of this other guy. He's pretty messed up. Pretty apparent that he's very messed up from his time in the fucking abominable circle, which has clearly delayed him into action. But he tries to stab at monk twice. That'll be a miss on both.
Yep.
How dare you even try?
This guy also heaps himself onto the dry land, but isn't able to make it over to Bob Dole to attack him.
So many freaks around here.
Adam, your turn.
All right, asshole that came up and probed my mind. I'm gonna blast this guy. I do not accept that he did this. I'm still blessed, right?
No, I lost it after after I got poked. I didn't take any damage. I failed the concentration check.
I use my point of inspiration to blast this guy. Do I get advantage on both of my Eldritch Blast rolls?
Wow. Gaming the inspiration.
I fuck this guy.
All right. Well, you hit him twice. That's clear.
Fuck yeah.
Or were you using your point of inspiration?
No, those were two separate ones. All right. I'm also blasting backward. Teaching a lesson.
These guys just getting fucking
Just punch him back with 2 Eldritch Blast like a double toss. 20 feet back. All right.
Push him off the map.
Don't fuck with me.
He's the one that's alive.
Yeah, that one's still alive.
All right. He does try to make 2 attacks on you. Uh, 16s.
Nope.
on both. Womp womp.
I'm just
this guy
matrix
tries to
dodging all
attack
this
on
bullshit.
Bumble. He gets a 21. That'll be a hit.
Yep.
Uh, 5 damage.
Ow.
Pipe rifle. It's your lizard's turn.
All right, time for some lizard on lizard violence then. These 2 are left.
Yeah.
These,
I'm gonna
yeah, these two.
let's step
And then
out
there's
from
2
behind
down by me.
Bob and take a couple of swings at this guy, the purple one. Let me ask you something. Oh, that looked like it would be a 20. A 19 and an 8. Silly dice. It looks like
Yeah, it looked like a 16.
Whatever, dude.
weirdly, it's calling it a 3. So I hit him
Okay.
once.
Roll damage.
Ooh, 14. Not bad.
Yeah, hit him once, but it's stolen. You're hitting the one that was attacking Bob Dole, right?
Yeah, this purple guy with the shield.
All right, that is sufficient to kill him. Your axe blow drives him to his knees, and he falls dead in front of Bob Dole.
My hero.
I need a fucking. At one point, Mediator suggested enchanting the axe so it yelled something every time I got a killing blow, and I thought that would. I couldn't think of a funny enough thing for it to yell, and then I got like 100 killing blows after that, and it's my greatest shame. Keep finishing them off.
All right, I'm gonna
I
attack
was gonna just
the.
yell my greatest shame.
Well, yeah, or just let me ask you something.
Well, your turn.
I'm gonna attack the blue dude diagonally from me. That is a 13.
Miss.
I can't do math. It's 8 plus 5. It's 15. Jesus Christ.
No, 8 plus 5 is
8 plus 5 is 13.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. I do not know what's wrong with me. All right, so I'm going to swing again with my quarterstaff. That actually is also a terrible roll. That's 6 plus 7.
It's also a 13.
And then I'm going to punch him.
It's gonna be a 13.
It's a 14.
That's
I
still
called it early on. There were a lot of 13s.
Did you say that missed too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Here.
bad turn.
Round
Who's
of
still
13
alive?
for everybody.
This guy and
Okay.
this guy.
Oh, and this
Two
guy.
guys.
No, he's dead.
No, there's two. There's a dude
Oh, yeah,
underneath
sorry,
him.
There's
Yeah.
a guy on top of him. Yeah.
It's a fucking mess.
I like this
Alright.
mess that's now happening where I can't hit them and they can't hit me.
You're all dodging.
It's the naked gun fight.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
on either side of a barrel.
I'm gonna shoot the guy closest to me first. I want to see if I can kill
It's
him.
pipe rifle. He's the closest lizard.
Do it.
The one that's not.
Do it, coward.
It's just waving at once. I'm like, no.
Man, if he had attuned that shield. all these arrows would become flying at him.
I'm starting to think that Meteor was trying to get Pipe Rifle murdered.
Yeah.
The feeling is mutual. I have no reason to actually dislike his
Well, that's a
character. He's
10.
been gone.
That would hit. I don't think.
Nope, that will not hit.
Let's try again. There's a 20.
Oh,
All right. 9. 9 damage.
uh. This Nothic starts doing something in the water.
I hate when
Hey, he's
things.
doing something.
Hey, he's over there. He's doing stuff.
Look at Bart over there.
Maybe
doing
maybe I don't know. Maybe it's his ritual face. Maybe it's his pee face. I don't know. Luther, it's your turn.
You quit causing a diversion.
Let's see. All right. I'm going to cast. How hurt is this green lizard?
From what you can tell, he got pretty mauled by the water, and now he has an arrow sticking out of him. It's like half dead.
Okay, I'm going to shoot 3 scorching rays at him.
Oh.
Let's see. It's 3 different attacks. God.
Roll 40 fucking dice.
18, 6, and natural 20.
Oh shit!
Are those damage? Are those as AC?
Those are attack rolls.
Okay, so that's a hit and then a crit.
1 hit, 1 crit. Okay, 2d6 fire damage. Eight for the regular attack, and I got 11 for the crit, which would be 22.
Just roll 2 dice for that. Instead of doubling.
Oh, okay.
So
then the
and
first
there's
one.
2 dice plus 1 bonus. Double dice, not 2 dice.
Oh, it was 2d6 for each attack.
Okay. Well, anyway, you killed him.
Let's die.
He's he's sacred flamed out his fucking ears right now. One of the guys that popped out of the water takes some stabs at the 23 should hit, and
Yep.
the 16 will miss.
Yep.
He pokes you for 7 damage.
Ow.
Okay, just got fucking killed. Mana's turn.
All right. This dude is still definitely in range down here. This dude.
Yeah.
So we're gonna blast him again. He's an asshole. What's the start on those?
Story is your blasts go away.
Both of them?
Awry.
Wow. Fuck that
Both
guy.
of them go awry.
Wow. Someone
Your
kill
hit
that
array
guy.
is empty.
I'm a little busy.
We got
And all I have is
situation.
darts.
That guy
Some
This
pirate
next
corpses over
guy,
there.
this next guy that's not dead attacks.
Like I'm currently the tank with the lead.
It looks like none of those will hit.
This
Got hit points.
this
Fight me.
That guy's
comedy of errors down here is
dead. Right, your
hilarious.
turn.
Who's left? Oh, this.
This guy,
There's 2 guys,
this guy.
and that guy's standing on the
there's
corpse of
there's
another man.
green guy there. Okay. I am going to move here and attack this guy who's still clambering up.
Well, he's fighting.
Yeah, he's fighting.
Oh,
He's
is he?
there.
He's just in the water still.
No, he's out of the water. What
There's
are you
a
talking
ledge.
about? That's a ledge.
Stop being drunk.
That guy, this guy is in the water.
What guy are you talking about? There's no guy here.
I am pinging. There's still a fucking character model there for me. Did he move?
No.
I think you've lost your mind.
There's a guy right here. See that guy?
Yes, that is the guy I was talking.
He's not there. He's there.
Okay, weird. He was there in this square adjacent on my screen.
No.
Okay, then I will slash.
You're on the drugs.
Go to the
Smoking the reefer.
Well, my tape would be different. All right. Regardless, attack it. And oh boy.
Oh, dear.
Welcome to the comedy
so
of
wet.
nobody hits anyone area.
So
Hey,
you
so
definitely you
everyone
weren't
being
sure
in the
exactly
water.
where he was. Until you
Apparently, I
definitely
got gore in my
All
eyes.
his swings were at that empty square.
The snake gore.
I'm gonna
was
get you reflecting.
Yeah, double vision. Fill your
All right.
eyes with double
Well,
vision.
your turn to
Thank you.
To whiff. All right, I'm gonna attack the blue dude again. Okay. Fucking hell. 19.
That hits, yay!
Yay. But oh shit. Hold on. God damn it, mouse. That's 5 damage, by the way. I had to reload and roll 20.
Alright.
Maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Is he still up?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to hit him again. And that is a 26. God damn it, another 5. Is he still up?
That drops him. He did.
Okay, and then I'm going to spend a key point to flurry of blows the other guy who's next to me. And so I'll just roll double for that. And where's my damage dice? Okay, so one is a 10. I don't think that's going to hit. The other is a 22. But the 22 only does 5 damage.
It rocks him, but it's not quite enough to kill him. Faramir.
So this piece of shit down here, the guy in the water, the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
like nobody shot at him at all.
No, he's being shot constantly by Adam. But he's still
Adam's
alive.
trying to shoot him.
Okay.
Shot at.
I mean, I hit him before.
Yeah.
Just this last time wasn't successful.
All right, so he is not more than 90 feet away from me, so I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him because I hate his guts and I want him to die.
Fuck him.
And I'm going to shoot him twice.
I mean, I blasted him twice. He had to escape the hunger in his first turn.
At 75.
He should be fucked up.
There's an 18
That hits.
and 26.
That hits.
All right, so prepare to die, motherfucker. 6. 6. Come on, 6. 4. 2. Well, okay, there's
Makes
6.
it 6. You got 3 6s. Nothing weird about that.
So I got to help. That guy's managed to
You
help.
pincush him, but he's not quite dead. He continues doing something in the water. Luther, your turn.
Okay, dude. I'm trying to sort through all these corpses, but I'm going to Sacred Flame the last guy. That is just covered in blood.
There's a lot of gore here. People are slipping and sliding around, not doing too much on it.
That'd be a 14 dex save.
Yay.
No.
Maybe.
For my movement, I'm just gonna run over the corpses and dive into them. Don't worry about it.
Right. This guy is going to stab probably ineffectively at Control.
It didn't.
Does a 16? No.
Nope. And indeed, that is
Man,
what
no.
happened.
Poke.
Adam.
Adam.
What happened? Sorry. Oh, it's my turn.
Your turn.
Okay. All right. Fuck this guy again.
I think you should Eldritch Blast that guy you're shooting at.
Well, I'm actually going to. I'm gonna blast him once. I'm gonna blast this lizard dude is. Where's the lizard dude? Still
Right in front of
alive.
me. Directly in front
Right.
of me.
Yeah. We'll try and blast that dude. We're gonna split it up because I have a feeling we're gonna kill people this time. For some reason, I think this is gonna hit. So this first one is for the guy in the water. This is for the other.
There's a hit.
All right.
And second one is a hit.
All right. Split up. That's for the guy in the water. And this is for the other guy. And I'm not going to blast either out of range either. So.
The lizard dies from your attack.
Someone finally helped Bean Troll down at the bottom fighting all these fucking lizards.
Pipe rifle, it's your turn.
The guy in the water is still not dead though. Fuck the guy.
Then I'm
How
gonna
many
take
killed
a
the guy in the
continue.
water?
He continues doing the thing he's doing in the water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wanted that guy
I
to
know
die.
he's ominously doing a thing. I'm not happy.
Which one's doing a thing where? I was
The
zoomed
guy in the
way.
water down there.
Okay, I see.
I fucked him up.
Pipe rifle, it's your turn.
Well,
Do something about him.
where am I? Wait a second. I was looking at somebody else's character. What's my swim speed? Can I get to somebody in time?
Don't
It's
know.
it's your normal movement.
That's what I'm going to look for.
Your swim
I
speed
think
is your
I might
movement.
have more
Oh,
from
well.
being a lizard.
I think if everybody else swims at like half speed or whatever, you can swim your distance.
Is there a way to see that on the character sheet? See walking speed? Oh yeah, swimming speed. Same. Weird. I thought it was better. That's.
I mean, it's better than everybody else's because you don't.
Dad. Oh, man.
Dang it! It's 40 feet. Hey, there you go. I can swim out and at least I don't know, do something. I guess.
Strangle him.
Poke him in the eye. Poke him in the eye.
Bite.
All right, I'm gonna swim out and try and yeah. I don't know. Can I use weapons while swimming, or is it just bite and claws? Let's do this old school.
Eat him.
Bite this fool.
Wasn't there one of these Nothics? I don't know if either of them are the one that we just kept hitting in the eye over and over again.
Yeah.
I am trying. I am doing multiple bites. One of them a hungry jaws. The other one a regular bite. 20 and 17.
Both hit.
Yes. Hungry jaws. I get 3 temporary hit points. I don't know what that means. Maybe they'll come in handy. And then bite is 1d6 plus 3. Just swim up.
You add them to your thing and it deducts from your temp hit points before you hit your actual hit points, and then they go away when you take a rest.
Yeah. All right. That's 16 damage from bites.
That is enough to kill this guy before you can finish doing whatever he was doing.
Good. That was probably not a good thing.
It's like, hey, so what do you want to do with that? I'm like, yeah, I got it. Clank, drop the axe, the hammer, dive into the water. You just hear the Tasmanian
What we was trying to do later.
bubble cloud.
This is our pool. Notice there's no pee in it.
That's good. Nobody peed in the pool.
I mean, we don't know what that guy was doing. Maybe that's what he was doing.
I
Don't
don't
worry
know.
about it.
I am
That
worried
was
about it.
Sinking to the bottom. I would probably not attempt to save his corpse for any reason. I don't think that would give us any insight anyway. All right. I guess I don't know if we're done with combat. I moved my guy back, but
Yeah, we're done with combat now.
Right,
I
it's
was
like perfect
I was
timing.
miming going back to shore.
Right.
Ugh. Motherfucker. What I like most about this is how we don't have any functional understanding of what happened. we just sort of did it the way we do most things.
All right, I'm going to ask
That's
one more time.
there's the episode title.
Do we want to put the biomass?
No functional
on the
understanding.
We have no functional
It
understanding.
seemed like a really bad thing when we did it the last
Alright.
time with just a couple arms.
Yeah, I would say Comedy of Errors was good, but we've had and will have way bigger
I
comedy.
still don't even know why we're
Wait,
here,
wow.
but we summoned like
Yeah.
a god and then killed a bunch of lizard things.
Let's say we didn't take that much damage as a group. We pretty
I just
much
wanted to take a
took
swing.
Well,
shit
you
out of
guys never
everything.
finished the ritual. How are you going to summon whatever you were summoning if you don't finish rituals?
Yeah.
Well, now that there's no more
Well, now that there's
interruptions
tons of lizards.
and a bunch of corpses, I guess we could see what happened.
I'm not saying
Try
you
to
have to do that. I'm just saying.
I was hovering over casting silence on Adam the entire time that he was over there casting. I was like,
Listen, you're all complicit. I invited you to stop me.
You're such a stinky.
You hit me with your skull.
Listen, it was a disrespectful slap.
I'll give you this.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
And I want to point out,
What?
not many people took damage. Pipe and I took the entire amount of damage that anyone took in this fight.
Yeah, it looked like Piper was going to die.
Bob Dole got
I
hit
was
once finally.
slightly-
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I lost 12 hit points.
Well, didn't Adam
I
take
lost
some psychic
14.
damage?
I did take 1 point of psychic damage.
Adam always takes
There you
psychic
go.
damage.
His psyche is damaged at this point.
Everyone who's hurt, again, the circle, I'll cast Prayer of Healing or whatever.
Yeah, give me a circle.
Takes 10 minutes.
Listen, my eyeball died. He gave his life for the.
R.I.P. the familiar. R.I.P. everybody.
Did he sacrifice his life?
Well, I mean, under significant influence.
Everyone in the circle heals 12 hit points,
Nice.
Good
Does
job.
help
including
In
me.
case something.
Hey, it's exactly as many as I needed to.
Just in case we don't have time for a short rest.
Yeah, or any.
Just in
Just in
case.
Think all the alligators come out.
Just in case before we summon fucking Cthulhu. Or whatever.
Before we do shit, I would like to take a short rest. I am out of
Yeah,
key
okay,
points
well,
again.
Really use some spell slots back.
Well, good news.
I mean-
It's 3 o'clock.
We could just
So
camp
we
out
will-
on this altar of death.
We will. So, is everybody taking a short rest? Who's doing what?
I would like to
If
take a
we
short
are-
rest, but I
Yeah,
think
if
we
we're
should take
actually
shifts.
Yeah, I will take a short
I figure
rest.
we'll all sort of post up around here, and like Igor can come down and harvest corpses if he
Not
wants.
really
and
take
we
a
can-
long rest, but hey, whatever.
Or maybe we go up to the cart and take a short, take a rest, and Igor can forage if he wants.
All right,
Kind of
we will.
retake
We
the
will
high
go
ground.
with. We will go with that sort of narrative and fill out any details if we need. Next week we'll call it here because that's pretty much perfect timing.
Yep.
I mean,
So no level today, correct?
I did summon like a god from.
You
I
don't.
think this is
You
the
don't
most
know that you
skill
summoned a
that
god.
can-
All you know is that you created a big orb of
An
lightning.
abomination.
You summoned a giant.
Abomination
war
came
beast.
out and we killed it.
You summoned a above average muscular frog.
I don't know if that was Adam summoning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that was Adam. I think that was the opposite side.
The skull in my possession.
I think Adam managed to not summon whatever he was going to summon, and we didn't have a cool Mothra v Godzilla battle. Is basically what happened.
Ah, there you go.
We'll find out next time.
Told you. We needed more biomass on the altar, damn it.
Next
Well, now
time
we got
on
more
We Have No
biomass.
Functional Understanding. ...
You really should have just let him have pipe
Functional
rifle arms.
understanding.
He doesn't use them.
More blood. More blood. More blood.
We got a pile of blood bags now, without any
And
loot,
one living
So-
lizard, man.
and a big snake
For now.
already cut into 2 easy pieces. things you get.